So I wrote this cheesy Post-it note. Really happy you're here, and thank you for that. This took me about 14 months to get off the ground, and this being episode number 10 feels kind of milestone-y, so thanks.
Hey, anniversary! All right.
Badass Records, episode 10. We almost had back-to-back 311 episodes. We kind of sort of accidentally had back-to-back Beatles episodes. And now, for sure, we have back-to-back Jason episodes.
Who's the guy, the previous guy, Jason also?
Jason Prophet, and now we got Jason Gerken.
Do I know Prophet?
He went to East. Where'd you? He's, God, you might. We played hockey together for like 20 years. He's 51, and was a goalie, but just had a hip replacement surgery. So
no more goalie.
He's done doing that.
Is he an industry guy?
Yeah. He sell no, not service. Liquor store. A lot of liquor stores.
Okay, maybe I would.
Yeah. But yeah. So I've known you about 22 years, sort of.
Yeah.
Do you remember our first interaction?
No. Was that you telling me how to fucking what's his name haircut or some shit?
No. That was way later.
Was that later?
This is
What's that guy's name?
Rob Thomas.
Oh yeah.
And I've asked you 1,000 I used to call you Rob because that, and you'd call me Joe. I don't remember why.
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, anyway, so this is like April 2000, and like food sales were pretty good at McCoy's, but booze late night was, I mean, it was bumping on the weekends still before things shifted for the first time out of a million. But
right.
Anyway, I came up to
that place was a hustle.
I came up to the service well by the entryway to the bar, and it was like 3 deep.
Always.
All the way around. And so I was standing there for a while. McVicker was probably back there, and probably someone else too, maybe Dave, I don't know. But we made eye contact a couple times, and then finally you're like, "Can I get you something, man?" And I was like, "I was told we get a shift beer." And you're like, "You fucking work here?" I was like, "Yeah." I just started, so, but it's funny, like, you almost never were present in the expo area or back in the kitchen when you were doing shit. Some people, Dave was constantly on the move.
Yeah.
You'd see McVicker like maybe twice at the end of the evening bringing a rack back.
Yeah.
But I never would see you.
Right.
Because you're probably always out there schmoozing.
Yeah, a little schmooze. I didn't like to take glasses back to the dish room anyway. I like to wash them out there.
Yeah. And then another...
Or make somebody else do it.
Yeah. Another interaction we had in that very same spot. So this is going to be like 2 years and change later. And before the remodel. So like, remember that big giant pillar? It was like small tiles. So you can entry to the bars right here. Service well's right there. And you got this pillar. And then you have where servers are coming to pick up drinks.
Yeah.
By the tap tower.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anna's picking up drinks, and I'm standing over that, probably done, maybe gonna order a drink, and you go, "So Salviano, you think we would bang if you weren't hanging out with Joe?" And I just kind of, you're like, "Oh, what's up, man?"
Cheers to that.
Yeah, man. We have a shared calendar just for the purpose of kid shit.
Of course.
And so she said something the other day. She's like, "I can't believe that you're booking all these people." And I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "It's just weird. It seems weird that you know all these people." I'm like, I mean, I fucking went to 6 grade schools, lived
right.
in like 5 cities. This is my 24th home. Like, life has put me in a place. Anyway, I was like, I didn't know, are you watching? I didn't know it was on your radar at all. She's like, "It's on the calendar." I'm like, "Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that." So just a couple hours ago, she goes, "Is Jason Gerken really coming to your house tonight?" I was like, "Change your panties." Yes, he is. Tell him hi. I was already gonna. Jesus Christ.
Well, she came to Brewery Imperial a couple times, and then she was also
Shrinking for an ex of yours?
not ex,
Oh,
but
a buddy?
a friend.
Okay. She told me
Yeah.
about as much as that, and you trying to keep it like vague and private
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever.
about as much contact as we've had. Like I'll talk to my friend. I'll be like, "Tell Ann I said hey."
Right.
And I actually approached her for to see somebody else.
In her practice?
Yeah.
Did it work out?
No, I couldn't get the person to go, but
What do you mean?
I was trying to talk this person into going, and she didn't. She's like, "Oh,
Oh, cut like a couples therapy situation.
no, like you need somebody to talk to, and I will pay
Oh.
for you to go talk to somebody since you don't have any money."
Okay.
And she's like, "No, I'm not going."
Wow.
All right, cool.
I was telling the dude I had on here a couple episodes ago. I've known him since like 93, 94, and he came around probably during that same early 2000s. He would bounce in on the weekends or whatever. And one night he's in with this girl, and he was like, "You guys would probably enjoy each other's company." And she was like, "Yeah, let's." And nothing happened then, but it was probably, I've gotten 2 booty calls in my life, and they were both from her at 2:50 Saturday, leaving Westport. And the first time she came over, I was just talking about this with a friend of mine a couple days ago. Like, is squirting pee in porn? I mean, if you Google it, it's like mixed reviews.
Well, some of it isn't, and some of it is.
Yeah, I mean,
in porn, I think that I think some of it is and some of it isn't. I think if there's, I have seen it both ways.
Okay, with your own 2 eyes in real life.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just like so much of it, it seems like they're working it just right, and then it almost seems like there's either they're good actresses or there's an orgasm attached to it.
Yeah. There's a lot of acting in that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so this girl, I mean, just fucking, it was like I went to bed with this cup and accidentally knocked it over.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, well, that's something. And then a couple weeks later, a booty call again, and I put a towel down on the bed, and she was like, before, and she was like, I'm like, no, it's cool, man. Like, I'm ready now.
Yeah.
So
you gotta get. I have rubber sheets on mine.
Oh wow, okay.
But not for that. It's because I'm deathly afraid of bed bugs.
Oh,
and I heard somewhere that rubber sheets will help you not get them.
Right. So that was a Saturday again, and then like, I don't know, Tuesday or so, I'm on the line at McCoy's, and there's like so much pivoting, you got your hot side and cold side, and I'm in the middle, so I'm in between the broiler and saute, and so I'm taking stuff off the flat top, and a couple times I just feel this drip, single, like very detectable drip on my inner thigh, and I was like, oh, that was really weird. And then it happened again, and then it happened again, and at the end of the day, I called that buddy of mine that had introduced us to the, and I was like, so check this out. And he's like, oh, you got chlamydia. And I was like, all right, cool. He's like, I've had it like 7 times. It's no big deal.
I've had it a ton of times too, and I've never had it present itself that way.
Yeah. And it wasn't like I never actually saw it, so I can't say it was or wasn't gross, but it just felt like a droplet of water.
Weird.
Anyway, so I go down to the health department, and they've got in the waiting room, they have like this old AV cart with a television just playing garbage footage of destroyed genitalia from people that have gotten shit from, and I mean, it was just like, I'd rather watch people getting murdered. This is
way too much.
Yeah.
The propaganda they show for that kind of stuff is extreme.
Yeah. So when it finally is my turn, this probably sounds stereotypical or whatever, but this like 325-pound black lady sitting on a stool, come on over and take your junk, take your drawers down, and just, goes in with a swab and, several twists and turns, and my knees are buckling. And she's like, all right, now you have this prescription. You'll be clear in like 10 days, whatever. But the most important thing you do today is get a hold of your partner.
Yeah.
And like, we'll arrange for a ride for her if that's, and do you have any other partners? And does she? I'm like, I don't know. I call her. And I was like, so here's what's been going on, and here's what today looked like, and what they said at the end of it. And so, if I can take you, or they can arrange. And she's like, cool. I'm like, is that it? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, so they want me to call back because they really want to like have a finger on the pulse of numbers and where if they. She's like, nah. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, no, I'm good. I was like, okay. And then I saw her, just a handful of months later, coming from the patio and through the foyer, like going back out at McCoy's.
Yeah.
And she arms locked with some dude. And I just looked at him like, man, I hope you're wrapping it, bro, because I don't think, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I wonder who it was.
And I don't. Yeah. I
wonder if I gave it to her. Because that shit went around like circular.
Okay, down there around that time?
In Westport, yeah. It was that, and herpes went around like crazy too back then.
Well, and how strange that they choose to put a giant herpes sign.
I know, that's crazy, right? I was like, was that for me?
I think her name was Sarah, but she had shoulder length, dark hair, not a tiny girl.
I don't remember anybody's name at that point. But I do remember that there was an epidemic of that stuff going around. And the thing is, it takes so long to know that you have it that people were just giving it like to everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
good stuff.
You're like, oh, I'm good. I don't have any symptoms. And by the time you have any symptoms, you've had it for fucking 6 months or whatever the hell it is. I had that shit so bad one time. Oh my God. It was. And the girl I was hanging out with, we kept giving it to each other. Like, we'd hook up.
They don't cancel each other out?
No. Well, what would happen is she'd be like, okay, she'd give, because we're stupid. Mm-hmm. She'd give it to me, and then she'd be like, oh, I got to go get, a couple weeks later, she'd be like, oh, I had to get my chlamydia gonorrhea taken care of. And I was like, oh, so you think I'm okay? She's like, you should be okay. I don't know. I think the timelines are good. And so, like, we'd go a couple weeks and we'd bang a couple times, and then I'd give it back to her. And then I'm like, nope, I got it.
Passing that torch.
And just back and forth. And it takes, like, so stupid. I mean, how do you get over that? Anyway, so I think that's what's going on in Kansas City at the time. And I don't know.
Good stuff.
You know, I can't. I've had all that bullshit so many times. And I'm the first guy online asking for a second chance. Oh, please give me a second chance. So I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. No, I can't talk shit about any of that stuff. Because,
right.
The whole, fuck the Bible, but the person who was without sin can cast the first stone, and I'll throw rocks.
Yeah. So before we get rolling, we're
not rolling yet?
No, we're rolling. We're rolling, but before we get into,
I tell such good stories.
Well, I wish we would have been rolling for the car shit.
I'm telling you, you should have. You should have been rolling that car story. Y'all missed it.
So tour's over. How long's it been over?
100 years. Send me back. I don't know. It's been over for couple weeks. And this is Shiner, right? Well, 3 weeks now, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, Shiner.
Okay. And where is there stuff? Is your guys' stuff, like, do you have a website? You have a social media?
Shiner.net, and there's a link tree attached to our Instagram.
You got merch?
Shiner KC. At Shiner KC is the Instagram.
Okay.
And there's merch.
I gotta get some merch and hang it for
things
cameras.
Available.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all at the distributor guy who handles the guy who makes it also handles all of the shipping and sales.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's great. He's RL Brooks at Scene Merch. He is the shit. I can't think of a word to describe him. He grinds so hard, and he's grown his company so much since I've met him. It's incredible. Like, it's incredible.
Nice. Well,
it's hard to describe how badass the dude is.
Well, isn't that a funny, special feeling when you like feel proud for a person for how they've just done their thing and done it well, and you're like, fucking, do I have any areas like that in my life?
Yeah. Do I? I'm like,
I'm really good at folding fitted sheets. No, not true.
I wake myself up farting really. Is there a business for that? You know.
What about is there anything for you that you want to plug? You want to tell people about the meat suit?
I mean, I did a thing out in the desert with some buddies, and we're calling it prostitutes. I don't know what's going to happen with it. It's pretty cool though.
The music thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Thomas Froggatt, and the most recognizable thing he's been in is She Wants Revenge.
Okay.
He still does that with those guys. He does other stuff too.
Sure. Is it?
And then there's the singer and guitar player guy who's kind of like the mastermind.
Oh boy.
Of the thing. His name is Chris Shin. And he's been in a ton of stuff. Super talented.
Okay. So you
singer,
did a thing
guitar
means
player, songwriter.
You recorded some shit.
Yeah.
And is it in production or?
Well, we didn't have songs. We had riffs or ideas, and basically we just went out to see if we could jam and get some vibes and see if anything cool happened. And I think some cool stuff happened.
But you recorded it all, right?
Yeah.
So somebody messing around with it right now, or?
I think Chris is doing it.
Okay.
He lives in one of which Carolina? I don't remember. North Carolina?
Okay. So everybody was traveling from different distances.
Yeah. Thomas lives in Los Angeles and Chris lives in.
And how did you guys
the Carolinas
all connect? Does somebody know all of you?
Oh, I mean, we were friends in LA.
Okay.
And so we've kind of jammed before.
All of you.
Uh-huh.
And now this dude's in the Carolinas and you're in KC.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris was in a band called Unified Theory, which had been Blind Melon. And then that Shannon Hoon character died. And then they became
I don't know why I'm laughing at that. It's not funny. But
that was just the way I said it.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Right.
Shannon Hoon character.
Right.
I did not know the...
R.I.P. to Gilbert Gottfried too. Man.
Also,
what a trip.
Also Dwayne
Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins, R.I.P.
Was he for sure Big Ben's replacement, or was
I don't know
competition training camp?
Be some competition. I don't know. I only know anything about pro football because of fantasy football.
Oh man, I preach that shit like I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm 9 years fantasy free.
Oh really?
Oh god, I can't tell you.
I'm absolutely addicted.
I was in like 3 footballs, a baseball, a hockey, and I just fucking.
You're 9 years fantasy free. This is like an addiction accomplishment.
I mean, I hate that for the first 5 years when it was like, Spencer and Dave and Kevin Kim and like a real tight McCoy's group. And we worked together and saw, it was fun then because you had like not just message board shit talk, real,
Yeah.
And then it just became, fucking get married and have kids. It just becomes a fucking another thing. And so I'd be like sitting around, whatever Monday and be like, oh my God, I didn't fucking set my or find out that I had ample notice to make a change because somebody was hurt, but I just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And that just would crater my week. And
you let it color your experience.
And the hockey one,
I couldn't even imagine.
I had a dude, a buddy I've known since grade school. He went to Westminster outside of Columbia for college, and then he moved to Maine and went to grad school there, and then he went to fucking St. John's, Newfoundland, and like came damn close to getting his PhD. So he's like, we got a spot, and so it's me, him, and like 8 Canadian dudes. I was just getting fucking slaughtered, dude. Like, how do you guys?
How do they know that?
Know all this? Yeah, because I love hockey. I follow hockey. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll probably fucking teach these Canadians. I think nope, just destroyed. And so after one season, I was like, fuck this.
Is it the same concept as football? I don't do any of the other.
You've never done baseball?
I don't like baseball, so I
Oh
don't
my
do baseball.
god, baseball is like toothpicks to the retina. Just with the pitchers, you got pitcher changes daily.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, and then the hockey thing. I think I got really really fucking schooled in the draft, and that just determined the outline of my season. So everything was just fruitless. Like every transaction, like that, whatever. Anyway,
I find that my forte and my power for fantasy football is in my fortitude and wherewithal to be on top of the information ahead of anybody else.
That's your strength?
Usually.
Well, then you would clean house.
My strength is to be on top of all of that stuff and get that information before anybody else gets it and know where to look for it and know how to apply it, right?
Yeah. See, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. I got
auto draft.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm out of my element in trying to predict the future with these people. Last year, I had all the information. I did it all. I was like, I'm going to draft myself. And I did it. And I lost 3 of the dudes in preseason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got out of baseball because that was brutal. I got out of the hockey because I was just getting fucking murdered. I was in like a fantasy one with the Well and the Lose group because I worked for them for a minute. Mm-hmm. And so I got down to I got out of the McCoys one and I got down to just my high school buddies. And then they were like, all right, so we're going to do not just keeper, where you, like at the end of the season, you got, I'm keeping Walter Payton or whatever. But like this, tablet of bylaws. And I was like, thank you, because I've been needing somebody. I've been needing somebody to show me the fucking door, and this is it. God bless you guys.
That's great. Yeah, I would say see you later for that too.
Yeah.
Redraft. Simple rules, extra flex.
Yep.
Extra flex, redraft, no keepers. Same players if you want to play. It's $50. I'd rather be 100, but
right.
Second place gets their money back.
Yeah.
First place gets the rest.
Right.
That is all.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around with any fucking collusion. I'll catch your ass and you're out of the league.
Right.
We keep your money. But it's so dumb. Yeah. Like I just love it so much. Because it's so much fun to like give each other shit and then compete. And, but like, not serious. Like they take it seriously.
Of course.
They take it super seriously.
I totally respect and appreciate that. I know a lot of dudes that feel that way, and I get while they're still in it. The only thing that I ask is that you, whatever human I'm talking to, don't fucking talk to me about your fantasy team.
Except for what it's called. I had the best name last year.
What?
I got Eckler in two of my three leagues, and so my team name was Eckler. Damn near killed her.
One of the dude
doesn't make any sense at all.
Do you remember when the dude in California posted the video that went wildly viral about the double rainbow?
Oh yeah.
The dude that did episode 1 year, he would have the best names every year. Like 1 year he had It's On Like in Domicon too. And then 1 year he had Double Dwayne Bow.
Double Dwayne Bow. That was a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like so fucking happy that I don't have to.
Speaking of Dwayne Bowe, do you still pay attention to the goings on in the free agency and the sports of the footballs?
Sure. I'll tell you, you know what else I did back then, and not because of fantasy, just because this is how I grew, wired to be. I was noon kick, 3 kick, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football. I cut all of that out, and the Chiefs game, and then I'm off for the week, and it's also liberating. Like, so I'm, a buddy will come over on Sunday night and be like, "Fucking Colts! Did you see the Colts get smoked today?" And be like,
"Nope."
Tell me though. I'm interested because I'm not. We're hanging out, drinking, playing fucking Nintendo Wii.
Right. Yeah.
And I'll enjoy, but I'm not gonna. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a little intrusive and consuming, and it's annoying. I generally will watch those things when I get home from work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'll just watch it later.
Yeah.
And I like to watch them when I can just fast forward through them.
Dude.
I'm like, just
make an NFL game 62 minutes.
Yeah. Oh.
What happened there? That dude just tore his Achilles.
Yep.
Okay.
Moving on.
Where did you grow up?
In Kansas City, Missouri. Well, Grandview.
Okay.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as I got a driver's license, I've started hanging out down here.
Right.
Terrorizing this poor neighborhood. I'm
right.
sorry, Brookside. I really am. We acted like idiots in this neighborhood, and I'm so sorry.
Where did your folks meet?
I think my dad my stepdad is a serial work dater. I think he met my mom at his work.
God, I feel like I'm becoming one of those. It's very terrifying.
Well, I mean, me too. My last girlfriend was a girl I worked with, and then I don't think it's gonna be hard for me to find a girl I want to work with at the Golden Ox.
Is that where you are now?
That I want to date, yeah. Golden Ox, yeah.
Down by Kemper?
Yeah, there's only like 7 employees.
Oh, man.
And there's like...
Slim pickings.
Yeah, Is
there one that you got your heart on, though?
No,
Heart?
No.
Okay.
We're all buddies.
Okay.
It's really chill there. The friendship vibe is really chill there. There was like a dude that's a head and shoulders older than the rest of us named John, and he's a hoot. There's another dude's about my age, but from the other side of the tracks named Russ. He's crazy. He tells stories like, man, I went saw Journey at Kemper Arena in 1979. I fell down a whole flight of stairs and hit my head and just landed on my feet and kept walking.
Wow.
He's like, man, I went and saw Def Leppard and Scorpions. It's like he tells every time you turn around, he's got another story like that. He's awesome.
How long have you been there?
And then there's a bunch of other like younger people that don't have stories about Def Leppard.
Right. You want to buy some Bitcoin, man?
Almost.
How long have you been there?
A year.
Okay. And was brewery right before, or?
Well, I mean, COVID was before, but brewery was before COVID.
Like you worked there before COVID happened.
And then as soon as COVID happened, they shut it down. And then when they reopened brewery, they didn't open the inside bar. So they didn't need this.
Right. But now that it's
still not open on the inside. They only had the outside open.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize that.
That is a conversation I will not have on a podcast.
No. I almost didn't even want to say brewery, but and then
although I do miss that biscuit.
An actual.
It's the beer that they make.
Okay.
Their signature flagship.
Okay. All right.
I do miss that one.
I got on the apps twice. Dating.
Oh yeah.
The first time I lost 3 days just swiping.
You just lost.
I mean, I couldn't. It was the only thing I was doing. Like my kids,
I think I'd lost a couple days the first time I got on.
So I deleted them all, and this is in August of 18, and then in December, I got on them again and started talking to this girl, and she lived in like Spring Hill and had 3 kids, and it was an ordeal to get childcare for her to go on the date. I should have been like, let's maybe not. But we met at Tomstown, and then
I like that place. I used to work there too when I first moved to Kansas City.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was one of the special events crew
upstairs
fun.
Nice. And I walked in and hung a left and sat on a couch facing kind of the door. And she came in, and each of her thighs were as wide as my torso.
Oh, thank goodness.
Which was not the case in the pictures.
Was she a recent, what do they call that, CrossFit member?
And I mean, she was like 100 pounds heavier than she was in her pictures.
Like, is she like buff?
No.
Oh.
No. And I was like...
Well, I got something to say about that, too. I am 50 pounds heavier than I am in my pictures because I quit smoking and peanut M&Ms. There, I said it.
Well, this was intentional
peanut M&Ms.
No, this was intentional misrepresentation.
Oh.
I mean, like I had booked a tour. You see how the shit's made, and I bought a bottle and a T-shirt, but at some point we were going upstairs together, and I was walking behind her, just like she could break my dick in half,
Yeah.
like, and I looked
more than that.
and I looked down, and
I'm not sure that those break in half.
Well, sometimes you can have a situation where you feel like that might have been what happened. No?
I don't know.
Come on, man. She's on top, just fucking, and
Is this a sex podcast?
No, but we can. No, it's not. It's not.
I didn't wear my sex podcast shirt.
Anyway, I said fuck it. You know, like I'm here. She got a babysitter.
It's a good place, right?
So we did the tour, blah blah blah, and then we went to Corvino and sat at the bar and fucking had oysters and a bunch of really good food and a couple drinks, and then we came to Imperial.
That place is great.
And you served us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was, and we ended up spending like 5 hours together. It was really nice.
Yeah.
And we walked back to Tom's, and
Did you have fun?
I kissed her in the parking lot.
Good.
Yeah. And then she was like, she texted me when she got home, and she was like, "I'd really like to see you again sometime." I was like,
She's like, "I thought dick needs breaking in half." I can tell that shit needs breaking.
you know what I did say? I said, "Man, Christmas is coming. I'll be busy." And then I got rid of all the apps and haven't been back on since. But
Oh man, I think you're missing out. Man.
well, maybe, but yeah, that you said your stepdad was a serial work dater.
Oh yeah.
So
And I'm
Biodad's
just fucking around because he's had 2 girlfriends, my mom and his current wife.
okay, but your Biodad's not in the picture. Or
Oh no, Biodad was the kind of the guy like. Think about my Biodad like the boyfriend that knocked up my mom.
Mm-hmm. And then was like, "See ya."
Well, no,
Oh.
kind of. My mom was like, "Yo, fuck you, get the fuck out of here."
Because he did or said what?
He said some shit and did some shit that she just was like, "I am not having a child around you."
Right. I really regret fucking you now that I'm seeing.
Yeah, something like that.
So
I'm going to do this whole baby thing by myself, and you can fuck off if you want. You should probably contribute.
right?
Pay some child support.
Did he?
Yeah. Funny enough, there's a story behind that. But he's like, okay, and he paid $25 a week. I mean, this is 1972.
Okay.
$25 a week.
Sure. Not much. Even
Not
back
much.
then.
Not much. But then that didn't last very long. Because from what I understand, when my mom met my stepdad when I was like 5.
Alex's Biodad.
No.
Okay. Sorry.
Other way.
All right. Wait, what?
Biodad, Alex's Biodad, Nick's Biodad, same guy.
I didn't even know that Nick was a person.
Stepdad, not bio, nothing to do with these other guys.
Okay.
Mom and stepdad, Bill Organ, and the boys
Okay.
over here.
Okay.
So he decided when my mom got married to my stepdad that he was just going to be like,
Cut it off.
"Oh, he's got this. Mike's a better man than me anyway."
It's like that chlamydia baton. Here you go, man. It's yours. It's yours now.
I guess. But Biodad was like, "Oh, he's better with Mike than me," and I mean, he was right, but
Right. But still, give it a shot first before you
at least
put the gavel down.
stay around and fucking, don't put your pity party on. Just hang out. And be cool.
Did you meet him?
My Biodad?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He would pick me up for Christmas or my birthday every other year or some shit like that, and.
Is he still around?
No, he just died in October
Okay.
of last year. He was 80, and
Did you go to his shit?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we were buddies.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
it took us a long time to be friends without him calling me son. But I mean, I'd be like, And then when I got older, I was like, fuck it, I'll let you call me son. You're cool now.
Yeah.
You,
Tilt that thing just down. There you go. Thanks.
I'm like, you can call me son if you want.
Okay. So
We got cool about it.
Was your mom? How did she feel about the fact that you guys eventually had some kind of?
She's cool.
Okay.
She was cool.
Okay.
She died like 21 or 22 years ago.
Your mom?
Uh-huh.
Oh shit.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Oh wow.
Remember when I was crazy?
I mean, dude.
Remember when I was really crazy?
I think you put me a little earlier in my starting time than because when I got there, like Lisa Moran was just always walking around, sugar, until one time he was under 25, under table 25.
That's when I was crazy.
So I think I just missed it.
No, that was it.
Okay.
That was it. I was crazy. I was all kinds of all over the place.
All right.
And that was just me not being ready to accept the reality that your parents die and shit happens, and
Yeah.
I had also recently discovered alcohol and drugs. So,
yeah. At what age?
30. So
fucking late bloomer.
Yeah. Well, there is more of a story than that. So when I was like 18 or 19, I almost died of ulcers.
Oh wow.
So I had to go I went to rehab because I thought it was alcohol that had almost killed me. They'd convinced me that I was an alcoholic and I needed to go to rehab. So I went to rehab. So I didn't start drinking or do anything until I was like 23.
Wait, how old were you when you went to rehab?
19.
But so you were drinking then?
Yeah, before the high school and stuff.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like high school drinking. I was a bad, I couldn't handle my alcohol and blah, blah, blah. And I was not good at being a human.
Right.
Like I was a
fucking clumsy back then,
angry
man.
kid, and I couldn't handle my booze, and that shit went bad. So anyway, I ended up in rehab, started drinking at 23, and that's when I was like, by the time I was 29, 30 years old, I was still crazy. Like, my development started late.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm 50, and I'm still like this.
But you have awareness now, so
at least so how many more years?
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I don't think I'll ever be like everybody else.
Well, I mean,
I don't necessarily want to.
Why would you try? Why would you shoot for that?
Well, I mean, everybody else has credit and houses and like little stability. I don't have any of that stuff, but it's fine.
But it also means that like it being hot in the laundromat is kind of your ceiling of concerns.
Yeah.
I'll just wear this shirt again tomorrow. It's no big deal.
God, it's so annoying. I'm hot. I need a beer.
So did you Grandview, and you would terrorize Brookside?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Music in your home?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started playing drums when I was really young because my stepdad was a drummer.
No kidding.
Well, my real dad was.
Is he still around?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
still around.
Are you guys?
That guy's gonna outlive everybody.
Do you have a relationship with him?
Oh yeah, we type bros.
Nice.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, both my dads were drummers. My real dad taught Buddy Miles how to play drums.
Get the fuck out of here.
And stepdad was a drummer in high school and college and had a kit in the house that I stumbled upon and started destroying post haste.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm still looking. Sorry, Pop. Still looking for that brown abalone white hull to replace that kit of yours that I destroyed. I ruined that. I'm sorry. I killed that kit so hard.
I mean, damn. There must have been.
I started playing when I was young, and I would get in trouble all the time for not doing my homework or getting bad grades or whatever the hell it was. And there's, you can't go out and play with your friends. Your friends are dickheads, or I don't want you hanging around that dumb guy or whatever. Anyway, so they're like, the only thing I never got grounded from was going down in the basement playing drums.
Blessing in disguise.
I can't believe that.
Right?
I always thought for sure that would be the first thing that I grounded myself. No. Don't you make any noise.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
Especially if it's fucking audible right above you or right below you.
I know.
So, man, there must have been a whole eclectic mix of musical tastes from both dudes and mom too, or?
Well, yeah, Mom was the person who would go buy records if she wanted to listen to some music, and she had, mom taste. Kenny G,
Sure.
Steely Dan, all that shit. All that.
Fucking Kenny G. Steely Dan, that's got some fucking...
I know every note to every Steely Dan song ever.
I'm sure.
And Chicago was really big for me, so...
Have you...
I learned how to play drums from early Chicago and Steely Dan and like all sorts of funk and dance music that my mom used to listen to.
So this dude that was on, and he chose the White Album, which just made me do a quick Google search of double albums. Chicago's on there twice.
Mm-hmm. Elton John, Goodbye Old Brick Road.
Well, yeah. So it alls I did was
number one record of all time.
Alls I did was best double albums Google search, and it wasn't an article. It just generated a list of 46 records, which, but I wanted Chicago really surprised me.
They had a bazillion songs.
Where the fuck are they? Self-titled from 70 and the Chicago Transit Authority in 69. So back-to-back years they put out double fucking records.
Those guys, have you seen their documentary?
No.
It's awesome.
Netflix? I don't know their shit that well.
I don't remember, dude.
I feel like I know solo Peter Cetera better than Chicago shit.
Of course you do. Because that's the shit they sold to you. Ugh. I mean, that's where all the hits were. Was solo Peter Cetera and the guy that they had producing. Don't get Alan Ebley from Shiner.
Started
talking about. He'll go on and on about that guy and that guy that wrote all the songs. They wrote all the hits. And Chicago, to me, is not that.
Right.
Even though it is to everybody else. Like, everybody else, when they think about Chicago, they're like, that era.
No, this has made me...
You're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration. I'm a fucking singer and you know it. Not really. But the early shit is the shit's where it's at, man. You got.
I haven't done any, so now I really want to.
The musicianship, and there's like arrangements.
25 or 6-4 is like the only one that I can pull.
The arrangements are insane, and they're all fucking shredding players.
Really?
And they're doing all of this stuff as a 10-piece band.
10?
And they're just
what
ripping
horns and strings and shit.
5-piece horn section. And they're just ripping your head off the whole time, and it's so badass.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really like old days and beginnings, and oh my goodness, what's that other jammer I was just making everybody listen to? I'm not gonna remember it now.
That's all right. It'll come to you.
But yeah, we would have whole 2-3 hour sessions where I'd be driving and Al's fucking running the playlist, and it's like Chicago. 2 hours. I know Josh hated it. Josh fucking hated that shit. And Josh was like, "Can I take over for a minute?" And it's like Wet Leg and Idols and all the cool shit that the cool kids are listening to. And I go, "Okay, I don't hate this. Except for that Idols. I hate that shit." I can't get on board with Idols, man. I can't.
Is that an album?
No, it's this band. It's like the most popular fucking rock band in the world right now.
You're not talking to the right person for that.
I got you. But this band, Idols, I'm going to go off about it for a second.
IDLES.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I have listened to every single fucking song that they
reminds me of that car. It's only one of the things that car could do.
And every once in a while, they play a cool riff. And every once in a while, they make a song out of it. Otherwise, it's just this fucking riff that's kind of boring. And they just they pound these boring ass riffs. And I'm sorry, everybody that likes them. I can't get behind it. They pound these riffs into the fucking ground, and then the dude kind of just yells at you. And sometimes it's fun, and it's kind of poetic, and it's like there's a little, what feels like metaphoric substance behind what the dude is saying. It's like, okay, I can get behind that. And then most of the time, I'm just like, stop yelling. You're like yelling nursery rhymes at me.
How is
like fee fi fo fum shit? And I'm like, bro, you gotta cool it.
How is this stuff landing in your lap?
It's the most popular shit. But it's the most popular rock shit. Anyway, my point is with Idols is I just can't get behind it. So anyway, I have gone on a mission asking everybody, why do you like Idols? What am I missing? Kind of like I miss it with that other fucking band that I hate that sounds like country rock. You probably love them. Everybody loves them.
Mumford and Sons?
No.
Oh.
No, they're like singers. I'll think about it in a second. Anyway, so I ask everybody, and everybody I know who loves Idols says, "Oh, their live show is amazing."
Sure.
That's
Yeah,
it.
But
That's the answer. They're just really crazy live. Like they go off and put on this show live, and I'm like, makes sense why I'm not going to like their records.
I mean, like, let's take they're the most popular blah 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 as fact. Like, but how are you aware of that? Like,
They're so popular you can't exist in the rock and roll scene without hearing about these guys.
because of the scene. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, gotcha.
You can't get into the rock and roll scene without talking.
I see.
And I'm not talking shit about them. I don't know them. They might be really nice guys.
Sure.
And their live show apparently is the best live show that exists. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't seen them,
I bet,
which is why I don't like them.
I bet
Apparently,
Tool fans and Fish fans would disagree with you.
okay, all right, Tool and Fish, gotcha.
So,
But anyway, just so that everybody knows, I'm only saying I don't like Idols. I'm not talking shit about Idols.
yeah, not talking shit. Not talking shit.
Got it.
So Kenny G in Chicago and
Ooh, I love Kenny G. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Earth, Wind, and Fire was the only thing that my uncle would listen to on his boat.
all right,
Who would not listen to? I mean,
8 tracks.
no, it was cassette.
Okay.
I think it was cassette. Every once in a while, he would let you listen to Tower of Power.
All right.
Or no, that was it. Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Tower of Power.
Tower of Power had a baller horn section, didn't
That
it?
one Tower of Power song is just.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I don't know what it's called.
I
but
don't
it's
either.
Badass.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about?
I think so.
The one that's like it's like it's like it's so cool.
I always I don't know why, but I always have grouped them with War, and I mean,
Okay.
are they
I don't know.
kind of the same?
I don't know
same
anything
ilk?
about Tower of
Yeah,
Power.
Me either.
I do remember being very, very bummed out that I couldn't go see. Was it Tower of Power or Earth, Wind, and Fire in like the late 80s or early 90s at the Epicurean because I wasn't 35 years old.
Wait, what?
Do you remember that place that was on Truce called Epicurean? You had to be like 30, 35 years old to go, and I was young.
I didn't know.
And it's one of those bands played there, and I couldn't go, and I was very upset about it.
What a weird fucking age.
I mean, it was one of those places on Truce. It was the 75th Truce. And it was like, nope, we are for adults who are here to enjoy an adult evening.
and handle their business
we don't
appropriately.
fuck around with any of you kids.
Right.
And I was like, oh, God
Seventh Heaven's down there, god damn it.
I was like, I wish I was 30, 35, however old it
Right.
might be. I wish.
Wow.
Here, I need this because I'm putting rings on your nice table, man.
It's all right. This thing was a door that sat behind my furnace for at least.
Is it one piece now?
No, I cut it into thirds, but I've got like little draw hasps on the underside to keep it together.
I like it. Cool, good idea.
It was framed, and it had two by fours. So I pulled the 2x4s off, and I used that to make all the support.
Cool.
And it had a number on it, the number 25.
Is that your door number? There it is, right there.
It's like but it came off because I just got these at the hardware store just to stick it back on there. But when I was at the hardware store buying these and some sandpaper and a few other things, this old fucking lady at Sutherland's over there on Worrell, who's probably worked there for 40 years, she goes, "What are you doing with these?" And I was like, "With what?" She's like, "These items that you're purchasing, especially these numbers." And I was like, well, since anytime anybody like brought up something's a tiny opportunity for me to be like, I'm launching a podcast, I would,
Right.
Bah! So I'm like, there was this blah, blah,
I thought you were
blah.
going to tell our story about how you were like, you were building a pen for your prisoners.
Yeah. This is escort. I just got I'm 24 plus 1 now. Aren't
Right.
you happy for me? And so I tell her, and she's like, just staring at me through glass, plexiglass, because, and she goes, "My father handmade tables out of doors for my wedding reception, years ago." And I was like, oh my God, this might be one of those tables. I was like, swear to God, dude, because it looked like they took this door and framed it, and then they could set it on like some sawhorses and seat 12 people. But I was and it felt like the universe was saying that we're talking about the same piece of wood.
You still.
So I just had to gather. I was like, it's nice to talk to you. And just, anyway, this was fun because I'm not fucking handy at all.
That looks fun.
It was wild.
Looks like it could also be dismantled and turned into a cage for your prisoners.
Right. Well, the idea was, so this room existed, except for it was just beadboard and exposed joists, and the carpet was all shitty. So I hired some people to redo it and make it soundproof, which didn't happen, but whatever. But it was no, meaning like if somebody rings the doorbell.
You can still hear it?
And then the dog will bark until you show him what's going on.
Oh, so, cool.
Well, I wanted that not to be the case, and whatever.
Well, it's fun. You talk about your dog on your podcast.
Yeah,
that's fun.
So the mantra is Badass Records podcast, where the doorbell rings and the dog barks.
Ah, nice.
Because I told the dude, and it was like this just fucking independence-y looking, and his one of those girls that has like 7 kids, but she's 78.5 pounds. And you're like, how did the humans, multiple humans?
Well, they stole all of her mass.
Yeah.
Children are thieves.
They were like eyeing me and the kids at the carpet store. And then he approached me in the parking lot, and I was like, get in the car. Like, I don't know. And he's like, man, if you wouldn't mind, I sure would like if you could give me a chance to give you a bid on the carpet install. I bet will be cheaper than them. Long story short, I'm like, oh, give me your card because I have a project I need somebody to do. And so the memo or the subject line of the bid, the quote, soundproof basement room. And we're standing in here, and he's, got his tape measure, and she's taking notes, and he's being weird to her. And I'm like, anyway. And so I tell the story. It's like, if the doorbell rings, blah, blah, blah. So what they want 50% down. So I write him a check, and then the last day he finishes, and I'm like, you want to go do the test? And he's like, well, because I already knew.
Right.
But it was one of these deals where I'm just fucked. I'm just going to have to pay this guy just to make him go away.
Okay.
Anyway, I just don't want drama and problems and arguments. And so he's like, what tests? And I'm like, the doorbell and the dog. And he goes, his eyes got real big because all they did was put up a whole bunch of layers of sheetrock and then shove fiberglass insulation. Right. I'm like, that's gonna control the temperature. But anyway, so I bring him down here, and I shut the door, and I go up and ring the doorbell, and the dog starts barking, and I come down and open the door and close the door, and we're both just standing there, and the dog's just barking. He goes, shit, man, I didn't know you were gonna do that. What? What are you talking about? That was the whole project.
That was the test, man.
So anyway, it was just a hang. It was just a man cave room before, and I didn't want to make it just for the podcast. I wanted to be it still to be a hang. Yeah, so I 2 tables,
yes, TVs,
and that way
window well.
That way I can haul the shit out if we want to hang in here,
right,
and not have all this
without
blocking
stuff.
Anyway. So what about Drummer Dad 1 and Drummer Dad 2? What did they like to listen to?
Oh man, I think
you got back problems.
Yeah.
Is it already bothering you?
Always.
Okay. Are you gonna make it?
I'll be all right.
You want some Tylenol, ibuprofen?
No, I got my emergency pills in here when it's time for emergencies.
All right. I feel your pain, man. Seriously.
I just had a steroid epidural last week and a half ago.
Okay.
And it didn't do well. It didn't do really anything.
You've had them before.
No, this is my first steroid epidural.
Okay.
I've had 2 ablations.
Is it? Wait, are you talking an injection in the base of your spine?
Yeah.
And what's an ablation?
Ablations are when they go in and they kill your nerves, the ones that send the pain messages.
To just turn it off, so hopefully you don't feel...
that's the move. And it's pretty common, and it worked. It worked really good. But this is not that. This is a steroid...
because you still have other back issues.
Well, this epidural thing, I don't think it's meant to be a pain blocker. I think it's meant to be like an anti-inflammatory. Like the steroids are supposed to like. I don't think they're supposed to kill the pain. They're just supposed to reduce the swelling so the pain goes away. And I don't think that's what I need because I still have lots of pain. And I have new, different pain now that I didn't have before.
Just bring it all in. Come on, all the
pain. So before I didn't have any nerve pain traveling down my leg.
Oh, sciatic shit.
Yeah, I didn't have any of that.
Okay.
None of it. And so now I have, like I feel like my foot is getting electrocuted.
All the time?
No.
Oh.
Not all the time, but it's annoying.
I bet.
And then I feel like somebody's like actually giving me an injection inside my hip joint. Like.
You see a chiropractor?
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
But so I was supposed to go get another one of these steroid epidural injections, and I called the doctor. Talked to the nurse of the doctor today and told her that I don't know if I want to do another one of these. Can I keep the appointment for a consultation and cancel the injection?
Tell me, she said.
Oh, yeah. She said, yeah.
Cool.
So it's like I don't have to wait another 3-4 weeks for another appointment. I could keep the appointment that I have as a consultation, and instead of getting another injection, I can I'll probably sign up for another ablation that will last 6 months. And then hopefully when I do that one, then they submit an application to my insurance for a permanent implant, which is a permanent pain block implant.
You're
I don't know
covered through Golden Corral.
Yeah, no, I have my own insurance.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
super affordable, I bet.
It actually is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
You don't hear that often.
I got the ACA. Obamacare?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And it does stuff for you.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to go through your healthcare marketplace and pick the plan that is right for you. And if you can afford it, then you apply for it. And they say, yeah, you can have that. Then you get it.
Was it cumbersome to do those steps?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. You just go in there and go, I want this one. Can I have this one? And they go, yeah, sure.
I don't have any interest whatsoever in going political, but when the concept,
it's complicated. It's not you have to read. And
that's what I meant by cumbersome. Do you have to read a bunch of shit and make decisions?
You have to go like this. I'm not going to watch TV or listen to anything else while I do this.
That is a challenge.
I'm going to do this right now. And, you get done with it and you're like, God damn, give me a beer.
Right.
I just read like 7
Turn on the TV and pull up something on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just read 7 paragraphs. I'm losing my mind.
Oh, God.
It's, that. But once I did it, I was like, that's the one I want. Which button do I push? Is it... that's the one I'm pushing.
Yeah.
And then they send you some letters, and you're like, oh...
You're going to make me read some more shit?
No, I'm not fucking this up. I'm going to put this on auto pay, and I'm never touching it.
Right.
Just make sure there's enough money in the account to make sure that is paid.
Right.
And do not fuck that up.
I just and
then they send you a bunch of tax information, and then
sure.
But
when the concept arose, and then it's making its way to be voted on or a bill or whatever, and all these people are like, I'm like, why would you not want everybody to be able to get?
Oh my God!
Fucking seriously, like I don't get that at all.
It changed my fucking life, man.
Being covered?
Oh my God! I had the first thing I did as soon as I was available for it, or not available. Eligible. I had a quadruple hernia surgery.
Get out of here! That you just been rolling with? Yeah. For how long?
I don't know until I got insurance. I was like, I can't do anything without these things poking out, and I got to push them back in. Oh. I got to lay on my back for like an hour every day to make sure that everything has to go chilling. So the first thing I did was quadruple hernia surgery. That was fun.
How was the recovery for that?
Gnarly.
I bet.
It's so gnarly.
Sneezing and breathing.
Oh my
hurts.
God, everything. They fill you with this. They fill you with CO2. They blow you up so that they can see everything and work in there. And so they stick these fucking things in you. and one of them is a camera, and one of them is something else, and they go, and then another thing is in through here, and they're operating all this shit, and then they put this. I'm pretty sure I have pictures of it because I had them here.
Like in your inner thighs?
No, right where your underpants sit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had 2 there, and then I had another one right in the middle, like right above my dick, and then I had one on my belly button. And so they blew me up, and then I'm pretty sure they just made an incision. I don't know if they cut me all the way, but it sure fucking felt like it. I think there's one giant piece of mesh that goes all the way across all the way across.
This isn't where Meat Suit comes from. Okay.
No, right. That was my DJ name in LA.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Like you were fucking.
We're gonna
Nuh-uh. You were?
I'll tell you that in a second.
Okay.
Anyway, so they blow me up and they sew all this shit in there, and then they send you home. And the thing that they don't tell you is that your balls are going to be this fucking big and purple after you're done.
Okay.
They also don't tell you that they don't tell you to eat pineapple enzymes for like 3 days before you go in to make sure that you don't have hard poop, because they're gonna give you Percocets or some shit.
Something that makes you not be able to poop.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And it hurts like a motherfucker to poop. Hard shit anyway, but you just had your whole stomach cut open and they said don't push. But they don't tell. It's like, thank God there's the internet, so you could look like eat pineapple enzymes and take stool softener like a couple days before you go do this shit.
Did you have that information in time?
Yeah.
Fucking lucky.
I know. The thing that I didn't have in time was the balls thing.
And were they just
humongous?
And so they're more surface area exposed to potentially.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, they don't fit in your pants. I had to go to Walmart. Like, it was kind of an emergency situation. I had to go to, not Walmart, Target. I had to go to Target and get support shorts, so that I could do anything, because they were just not going away. So I was like, I got to go to work. I remember my first night at work, literally, you're just holding them up because they're going to yank on you if you don't hold them up. So I was literally holding them up while I was walking around. They're like, "God, stop holding your balls."
Yeah.
I was like,
do we need to put a clock around your neck? Are you fucking Flavor Flav?
I was like, yes, I'm Flavor Flaving. Boy. I was like, no. And I was walking around Target holding my balls, and everybody's looking at me. I was like, I just had hernia surgery. I was talking to all the people that worked there. I was like, I need support shorts for my balls. My balls are gigantic right now.
You're like Johnny Dangerously. You remember that?
I was with this girl that I was hanging out with. She drove me there, and she's like, Jason, Jesus Christ.
Stop telling people about your balls.
Stop talking about your balls. I was like, they're huge and purple.
So
they're like the color of your shirt, purple.
Wow. Yeah, I had...
crazy. But that's your hernia surgery.
Yeah. I had... there was a St. Peter's, one of the annual big things, and it covers the whole fucking weekend, and it's a party and blah blah blah. And I had vasectomy surgery scheduled for that.
I don't want one of those.
And so we pushed it like 6 months. I mean, that's how far. Anyway, so ended up being instead of being like in May, it was in October. And so I have it the day that the Royals won the American League champ, like the first. I can't remember if it was the first. Anyway, it was
not A's.
No. Like to go to the series. It was against Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Bautista. Anyway, the day before, this girl that Anna works with, she's like, I have a ticket to tomorrow's game, and so she comes to me, and I'm like, 100% you should go. I'll get the girl across the street to watch the kids, and I'll just hang down here. And she's like, okay. So I go. First of all, they give you a Valium, and it's like a single hydrocodone, and they're like, take it like half hour out before surgery. And
oh really?
Yeah. And this dude, actually the owner of Plate, he was like, make sure you take that shit, because I didn't. I thought it was for pain, and it's because the shit that they're snipping will like zip up into your body like old blinds in the windows. And they, he was like, I was bringing them samples for months because it fucked everything up so bad. But anyway, and I'm going from here, we're going to like past Belton. So I down the hatch and we're rolling down 71, and all of a sudden Anna's like, "Are you fucked up?" I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of think I am." Anyway, come home, procedure's fine. I tell the girl, once they're not in bed, once they're asleep, text me and then you can bolt. And so she does, and then so I come upstairs, I hit the fridge, grab a beer, I go upstairs, and I'm laying here with peas or whatever, and I think Alex Gordon hit a bomb to send it into extra innings, and it ended up going like 14 innings. So
that one.
So I'm up and down. While that game's happening,
exactly what I was doing.
I'm recovering from, and so I'm up and down the stairs to get beer after beer after beer, and they gave me 20. Hydric whatever there, but I was like, I don't need it. I'll be fine. She gets blackout drunk, so she all day Saturday she is just out of commission. So I'm just doing everything. Oh, no. And then we used to host family dinner every Sunday. We'd have like 15 people over for me. So I'm prepping all day Sunday, and they said Saturday don't take a shower, but do like a sponge bath kind of situation. So like super late, like 6 in the evening on Saturday, I'm like, oh, I still need to like probably take my pants down and walk. All I've done so far is just pee. I haven't even looked.
Right.
So I go upstairs and take my pants down and take my dick out, and from the base to the tip is black and blue. Like somebody was just speed bagging it for 25 minutes. I was like, oh my God. Holy shit.
That's so crazy.
So
sensitive?
No, that my dick didn't hurt. No, but Monday morning, when my eyes opened, I was like, I don't think I can get out of bed. Like I can't move. I'm in so much fucking. Because she was like, what happens is you go home, you put the vegetables, and then you go out and I can cut the lawn. Don't cut the lawn. Yeah, don't shoot hoops.
Yeah.
In that should be don't be in charge of the household and 2 kids for 2 straight days. Yeah, you're supposed to.
They say take it easy. They mean don't fucking do anything.
It's why a lot of men schedule it for March Madness so they can sit and just watch basketball the whole weekend.
Is that real?
Yeah, 100%. So anyway,
how am I going to schedule mine? The Harry Potter marathon. I don't give a fuck about March Madness.
So Tuesday, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how I can do anything. And I'm telling you, I couldn't lay on either side because then my shit would get smashed between my legs. I couldn't lay on my back because it hurt to have it just lay. I couldn't lay on my stomach because then it's direct pressure.
I have a new way of laying now for this. You're gonna pinch your feet around, put your blanket down there, and then pinch your knees around there so that the blankets won't let your feet slide, and then you just lay like this, and you're like, okay, I'm good.
So Wednesday,
I
put my jock strap on. I was like, I have to contain everything, and then Thursday,
that's what the shorts were for.
Yeah. Thursday I did it too, and then Friday I called and I was like, yo, I'm fucking dying. She's like, tell me about your last weekend, and I gave her the rundown. She's like, you fucking moron. I told you. I was like, so now what? And she's like, you're on your own, dude. Like, there's
nothing. You can't do shit about it.
So Saturday,
more ice.
Saturday night is the game so it was the year we won the series because now we're in New York, and we lose game 3 like really badly to the Mets.
Okay.
So we're at this watch party, and I mean, I can't stand, I can't sit, I can't walk around.
Yeah, why would you go?
Well, the Royals are in the World Series for the 2nd year in a row. Like, I'll tough it out. So, and I've taken zero hydro.
That's not something
So
that's not my fault. I would have taken them.
We leave, and I was like, I gotta see if this helps. And I tell you, like, I took one, passed out, and like, I don't think I moved for 14 hours. And I felt like when I was coming out of hibernation.
Oh, yeah.
I woke up and felt like I had a new body.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I talked to this, I was like, I'm in the clear. And this immediately, what are you going to do with the rest of those? That shit's like $20 a pop if you want to move them. I'm like, come get them, man. But holy fuck.
That's a prison sentence. Don't say that.
What?
Moving opioids. You need to edit this. You don't fucking put that in there. It's a prison sentence.
Well,
I mean,
I gave him away. God damn it, it was a gift.
there you go. There you go.
I really like that guy a lot.
Somebody came over to my house and stole them from me because he knew where they were.
But
Not kidding. Right now, that shit is like somebody went to jail for one.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be
Fucking, it's tense right now.
On Monday evenings, and I've for like 20 years or so, like my back has been like, it was perfect up until I was 30 or 28 or something. And then I was late to a hockey game and didn't stretch and destroyed my back.
Happens for drumming. I'm like rolling late, don't have time to stretch before you get up to your set. You're like, oh.
So on Mondays, I drop my girl at gymnastics, and then I go around the corner and put the boy in the batting cages. And he's a fucking machine in there, but he was really struggling. So, and if we get 5 coins, I'll do one just for fun. But I went in and did like 2 in a row, and I was just murdering these balls. And I came out and I was like, nothing hurts, but something feels
Gonna later.
So 2 days later, the old man dog, he sometimes he can get up the stairs at night for bed, and sometimes I will lift his one good leg behind him for each step.
Yeah.
He got really badly stuck, and I didn't realize I'd moved the baby gate, and he like went to go up and was stuck, clawing the carpet, like, about to
fall down.
So I ran up there and like got him secure, and I was like, we're almost. So, and I did not have my knees bent. I was completely hunched over, and I just lifted him.
Yep.
I was very grateful that my teeth were brushed and I was in my pajamas, because I could almost not really get in bed.
Oh, yeah.
So,
dude, I've been on the floor crying, like just laying down, being like, I can't move. Bring me a Percocet.
Yeah.
They're like, what? I'm like, I have an emergency Percocet.
Yeah.
In my pocket. Just bring me something to drink and give me a half an hour.
So
This is not changing.
Lots of chiropractor visits, a massage. I did like 5 Epsom salt soaks, which help.
Yeah.
It turns out, and I'm fucking on the foam roller on the floor every day now. I mean,
foam roller's a game changer.
The worst part about all of it is when I get in the car, and especially if when it was bad and it's like pinching down every little jostle.
Mine actually helps.
And then to get out, I gotta like shuffle my feet 65 times to then start the process of getting out of the car.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's fucking brutal.
Car helps me.
Wow, lucky.
There's a lotus pose too that helps me a lot. It's the full like.
Lotus is not a sexual thing.
No, it's here. Check it out. So, I don't know if I'm doing it right, but somebody told me how to do this. So you put your palms together, right, and your feet are shoulder width apart, facing in the same direction, whatever. And so you go in and you put your elbows on the inside of your knees, right, and then push your knees apart, and then suck your belly button into your spine, and then try and straighten your back, like point your chest to the sky.
Okay, that's pretty wild.
And then push your knees apart.
Yeah. And do you just stay in that position for a while?
As long as you can. I usually lose my balance pretty quick.
Right.
but that helps me, like, straighten out. There's another thing, because the top and bottom are combined, so that this thing, palms to the sky and then push down.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
And then it'll make you sit this part up straight, so you're not like hunching this part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that part's all affecting this part too. So
it's like compression.
So I always move around in my chairs, but I do those stretches all the time. Oh man.
All right. So drummer dads 1 and 2. What were they into music wise?
Well,
or were you just hearing the shit mom's playing?
Mostly it was mom's music,
okay.
But my dad was always into the blues and like big band blues and shit like that. So I got like Jimmy Smith and Wes Montgomery.
Dude.
He's not into that shit, but that's what I picked up from the shit that he liked. He liked big band blues, and I ended up liking Jimmy Smith, Wes Montgomery,
Jimmy Smith, like Back at the Chicken Shack. Jimmy Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dynamic Duo record is my favorite.
Okay.
And then the Jack McDuff.
Oh man.
Down Home Cooking is my favorite record. I've been on a kick with that shit lately.
What was your favorite Jimmy Smith?
The Jimmy Smith and Wes Montgomery Dynamic Duo. That's on my top 10 list, kind of like forever.
I was just saying the other day how I would love the time and the resources to just do a whole project devoted to Blue Note, the Blue Note label.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
I don't know enough about it, but it's like, how could you do that?
I mean, I would need like a team, because
you get to do like weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
weeks.
But they just everything that was cool was like, yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. I mean, anyway.
So, are you familiar with the cover band that I'm in?
No.
The Men of Men?
No.
So I'm in this cover band called Men of Men, and it's Rich Wheeler, the sax player, and Jeff Harshbarger, the bass player, and Kyle, and my favorite drummer in town, John Kazilamut, who is fucking nuts. Dude is just too goddamn good. And Alex and Steve and who else? There's got to be somebody else. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a bunch of jazz guys and a rock metal guitar player guy, and
Weird.
And Steve from Season to Risk, and it's kind of weird all-star cast. And for this next show coming up is 2 drummers. It's me and my favorite drummer in Kansas City.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, but we don't know each other very well, and we've never really hung out. So I don't know if we're going to get along. He's really nice, though, so maybe we will.
Why would he not?
I'm a handful. It's fine. Everything's fine. But we're playing at...
You're a handful in your drummer world?
No, in my brain.
Oh, well, but
right.
How much of your non-drumming life does he have to take on for this show to happen?
We have to spend time together to practice. I'm just a handful.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
It's not like I just keep my mouth shut and play drums. That doesn't happen.
You have opinions and thoughts, and
just my mouth doesn't stop.
Okay,
It never ends.
All right.
But this band is really cool, and we're playing a bunch of songs as 2 drummers, and I'll look up the list of songs so that you can hear them. It's called Men of Men, and it says that we're playing on May 1st, but I don't think that we are actually playing on May 1st.
What are you looking at?
The playlist.
Oh, okay, a Spotify
playlist. They said somebody told me it was on a Saturday, but May 1st is on a Friday.
Right, because I know the 3rd's a Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. I think there's just a mistake in somebody's information. So
does Men of Men have an online presence besides a spot?
I don't know. We should.
Okay.
We should.
I mean, how do you guys each just individually like put stuff on Instagram or whatever? If
we
you have
like make events and then post about it, and then the venue will make an event. We usually play at the Ship, but we play it at this place. So we're opening for Beanon that night. Who's a really cool band.
Is the Ship a cool place?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've never been.
Oh my God, the Ship is cool as hell.
Where is it?
Down
Bottoms?
there.
Okay.
So
East.
on one of those streets. You got to check it out,
Okay.
man. That room for music it's awesome. It sounds so cool.
Nice.
I want Shiner to play there, but I can't get anybody on board to make it happen yet. I mean, everybody's like, yeah, let's do that. Seems kind of weird. Let's do it anyway.
Why? Why weird?
Because it's a small room.
Okay.
We're very loud. We might be too loud for that room. We're definitely too loud for that PA. It would require lots of adjustments and moving parts to make a Shiner show happen in that room.
Okay.
And so everybody said, that's a cool idea. And that's as far as anybody's taken it.
Gotcha.
Like it would require extra PA and like details that nobody's done yet. Anyway, so check out this fucking playlist. Listen to this song with 2 drummers. I don't know how.
Are you going to send it to me?
I don't know how we're going to pull this off. Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. You ever heard of them?
No.
I don't know how we're gonna pull this off because I don't read music, and this shit's crazy. Two drummers.
Is there even a time signature happening?
Yeah, but I don't know it.
Just call up Bob Weir and Mickey Hart and see how they figured it out.
I don't know if it's going to turn out like this, but
There's so many things in there that I can't even identify.
cool, right?
It's wild, that's
Right.
for sure.
We're also doing a really cool Ornette Coleman song and a really cool version of Paranoid Android.
Okay.
And we're doing Lazarus by David Bowie, which is a fun song.
I don't know that one by name.
It's a really cool.
I'll check it out.
The last record he did.
Okay.
And then we're doing my favorite song ever, "Heart of the Sunrise" by Yes.
You're a Yes guy.
Um,
Ish. Or you just like that song?
Yeah, that's my favorite song, and I'm kind of a Yes guy, but not all of it.
Right.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can't. How
Dude,
can anybody?
No, I mean, there are people that's their...
weird. Bill Bruford is maybe my first or second favorite drummer, and I'm pretty sure he's not a Yes guy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
Yes,
I can't see him being like, "Oh, I love every single thing that they brought to the table." No, I think he was like, "Another fucking Hobbit song, bro. Chris, how are we gonna make this cool?"
Right. So what year did Shiner first come together?
Fuck, I don't know. 94 maybe?
Okay.
I don't know. I was in Molly Maguire at the time.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know how I know that name, but because I wasn't here.
Well, I was in Molly Maguire when we worked together.
Okay.
I wasn't in Shiner yet.
When did you?
97, late 97 was when Molly Maguire stopped and Shiner started.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was still doing, it was like that was a very weird time for me in music because I was starting in a new band, ending the band that I'd been in for 7 years.
Why? And it was just ending because people were tired of it, or?
Well, we were on Epic Records, and that was back right before Napster, when record labels would be like, "Oh, this isn't selling as good as Nirvana. Fire all of the executives and get rid of all the bands that have sold less than 600,000 units."
Right.
And that's what they were doing. And we were one of those
Oh.
bands.
So just because you didn't have a label anymore, the whole thing just...
We were young and we'd been doing it for 7 years, and we were like, "Are you serious? We're getting dropped right now? Fuck this shit."
Well, just forget about the whole thing.
Yeah, fuck
Okay.
it.
All right.
I mean, it was the taste in our mouths about
Yeah.
that whole being in Molly Maguire and playing those songs and being in the industry had left such a fucking the taste of garbage.
Yeah.
Was all that we could taste, and we were just like, "Fuck that." So
It's a real life example from
started-
Joe's Garage.
Yeah,
If
we
you're-
started another band, and it was really good, and we liked it, called Gunfighter,
Okay.
and we had some pretty cool fucking songs, and we made some pretty cool record. We made a couple of cool records, and we were getting on very well with this guy Regan who had a label called Loose Groove in Seattle.
Okay.
And they had just put out some Queens of the Stone Age first record.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Like they were the first person to put out Queens of the Stone Age very first record.
Okay.
The one with the foxy black chick with the afro.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah.
Man, that record ruled. Anyway, so if I might have the story wrong, but they had our demo and they were about to put our record out and we were about to be on Loose Groove, and this is as the drummer, this is the story I was getting. And then what was the fucking label that picked up? Anyway, they were huge at the time. They picked up Queens of the Stone Age and bought that record. That they bought Loose Groove, and then we no longer existed as their thing that they were going to do. They didn't exist anymore, and we were just out there in the fucking wind. Like, okay, so now who wants to put our record out?
Right.
And we were like, again, immediately after the
what
whole
does
Epic
that
thing.
look? Are you just like researching labels and sending demos? I mean, it's got to be a whole thing.
I play drums and have a good time.
I know, but it's got to be a whole fucking thing.
So Tim Dow, at the exact same time, Tim Dow, the drummer from Shiner, had said, I think I'm going to move to Los Angeles and try out for Failure. Or I don't know what the detail on that was. I'm going to move to LA and be a session guy and play with Ken Andrews from Failure and do some other stuff. And I'm not going to live in KC anymore, so I'm not going to be in Shiner anymore.
Peace out, Shiner.
And he'd already written a bunch of songs. They'd already written a bunch of songs together for the Starless record. And so Paul, the bass player for Shiner, goes, "Hey man, Tim's kind of bouncing on us, and we have some important stuff going on. We got a show. We want to make this record and like not die.
Still be a band. Yeah.
Not die as a band." I was like, all right, cool. So we did, and we made that record Starless, and it didn't turn out the way any of us wanted, but it's a totally different record than anything Shiner would normally have done. I took Tim's parts, who were super mathematic, and I made them all 4/4 or 6/8, which is or some version of square.
Right. But when you guys were working, did the other dudes like it? I mean, did they?
Yeah, it was. We were like, "Oh, this is fucking cool."
Okay.
It didn't really. It's not Shiner.
Huh.
It's not like when we get to play together and write songs together. It's not what we sound like.
Oh.
So that record is something that's different than all the other stuff that Shiner has ever done.
Okay.
It's like wannabe Led Zeppelin songs and songs in 9 with 4/4 drums. It's weird. But it's cool. And that's why Marlon McGuire just dropped off. Like, we're like, done, over it. And then right after that, Jason Blackmore moved to San Diego.
So they're...
And that's when Shiner started with me.
Okay.
And that's how that all thing.
Schadenfreude.
That's the new Shiner record, yeah.
It came out in May of 2020.
Well, perfect timing we had on that one.
Right. Oh, does that mean it hasn't done well, or?
Well, we had that thing timed so perfectly. We were gonna put it out and then tour all summer on it, and we put it out by ourselves with no label help at all because.
Does that just mean funding?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you put that thing out and then you pay for publicity and you pay for all this stuff and you pay these independent guys to go, pump your record and get your shows, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, a new record? Fuck yeah, let's all go to the show and have a great summer. We'll buy your record on tour and blah, blah, blah." And then,
it's all rainbows and unicorns.
Yeah, and then you've got your record and it's already done well and you've got some traction, and then you can move forward as a band, hopefully taking steps of progress.
Right.
And then we were like, okay, so COVID, I guess if everybody just does what they're fucking told, this thing will be over in like maybe 12 weeks.
Yeah. It's kind of a big if, turns out. Sorry.
Anyway, so that fucking like wrecked the whole momentum. So we don't get to go tour for that record until this
What you just
most
got home
recent
from?
December.
Okay.
Like 2 years, almost 2 years. Was it 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 2 years.
Yeah. 2 years next
of
month.
people having a copy of the record. And I guess that's nice that they get to come see us after 2 years of not being able to go to a show. But we're like, we're going to go on tour. We're tired of this fucking shit. We're going on tour.
Yeah.
And there's still a bunch of people out there who don't go out.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm not going out. I'm not catching COVID.
What are you? Is it somehow visible to you to see? Like, I'm assuming most people are buying it digitally.
Well, no, I mean, we're doing vinyl, so that a lot of people have that too.
Okay. But it is you can go on like Spotify or Apple Music or wherever and find.
Oh yeah.
Schadenfreude.
Yeah, you can get it anywhere. Bandcamp is the one.
Bandcamp.
That's the one where we want you to go buy it
because they give more back to the artists than.
And they have Bandcamp Fridays too, where they don't take anything.
What?
Yeah.
If purchases are made on Fridays,
it's Bandcamp Friday. I don't know if it's every Friday, but I only do it like once a month.
But if
Bandcamp
it's
Friday,
and 100% goes, damn,
yeah,
that's pretty dope.
Yeah, and I've been trying to get away from Spotify and more on Bandcamp, but I've never been an owner of music. I've never been a vinyl collector or anybody. At the most I ever had was like a CD book full of fucking
Case Logic.
Yeah, of the CDs that I've had or somebody gave me, or
right?
Like burned comp tapes, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, not. I'm not a collection owner. I'm not that guy.
Interesting.
I can't keep track of them. I don't care.
DeSoto, Hit It, Sub Pop, owned and operated, Anodyne.
Oh my god, enough.
What? Those are all labels, right?
Yeah, right.
And do they all have like specific memories or experiences, or were they all kind of okay, or something?
They're all great. There's been so fucking many. It's like Owned and Operated put out that Starless record, which got Shiner out of our hole of not having any distro or whatever, right? We didn't exist.
Meaning distribution?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we didn't exist without those guys, and they were like, yeah, we'll put your record out. And it's the guys from All and Descendants, and we're like, fuck yeah.
Nice.
You know, and that helped. And the guys the DeSoto guys were the guys from Jawbox, which is, all the bands that they've been. I'm not even going to get started on that. And then Hit It was this guy Ken Wagner, who was originally a subsidiary of, what was that fucking label called? I'm not gonna remember now. It's been too long and my brains are fried.
Mm-hmm.
But he was Hit It was originally a sub of some other label, and then he just went out on his own. So Molly McGuire was also on Hit It.
Okay.
And Shiner was on Sub Pop.
Yeah, which is big, like, right?
Yeah, that was a big deal that they put that 7-inch out. And they did something else. What else were they on?
I don't know, but you guys, EP in '93 and LP in '96, Starless in 2000, The Egg in 2002.
Yeah, that was DeSoto.
Have you ever?
Thank you, DeSoto.
DeSoto.
That was the Jawbox guys.
Okay. Have you ever listened to the artist called The Egg? Oh man, it's
not based on Shiner the Egg though. It's something different, right?
No, it's a band called, they're like British or something, but it's like it's really trippy, kind of like disco,
cool.
Wild stuff.
I like it.
Like Banco de Gaia. Have you ever?
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're.
Check that out. The Egg.
The Egg.
All
yeah.
Right.
Albumin, like album with EN.
Yeah.
Is the record that I own. That anyway.
I'll check it.
Who is Josh Newton, and why is he the only dude with a hyperlink on the wiki page?
Oh, that's a good question. Wait, I don't have one?
He's the only one of the four of you.
Interesting. I think he might have put that on there himself. Josh is the sound wizard.
Okay. that also plays an instrument.
He plays guitar, but
Okay.
I mean, he makes so many sounds with it that don't sound like guitar. He's the sound wizard.
Okay.
And he is currently teching on retainer for the Kings of the Leons. So he's out there.
Meaning the band Kings of Leon?
Yeah,
okay.
He's out there making that money.
Good for him.
Right. No kidding. Right. He's been with all kinds of people. Fall Out Boy and what was that? The other band. The oh my god, my brain's today. I should probably eat something today.
You haven't eaten any food?
No, it's dinner time, man. I told you I was going for dinner.
Yeah. I inhaled a spicy breaded chicken sandwich from 7-Eleven and barely got bathed before you arrived.
I didn't get any bathing. I woke up today and took the dog out and was waiting for the maintenance man and they never showed up. What's that fucking band called, man?
So
they did that song, I can sleep when I was alone. There's still a ghost in my house. You know it. It's fucking rad.
That actually sounds more familiar than the vocals.
Rad band. And I can't remember the name because my brains are fucking failing right now, but he's worked with those guys too. Band of Horses.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed it.
I mean, kind of right there with Kings of Leon. Like, they're kind of in this. It's like Tower of Power and War. They're in the same camps.
All right.
So, a lot of conversation in these episodes about,
Fuck it. I don't need food.
the process of making a record, right? And coming up with song titles and song sequence and
I don't mess with any of that.
how songs are going to get credited.
Not my interview.
I'm not going any deeper on this than I just said, but I was curious if you've any tiffs or like disagreements.
Not me, man.
Just somebody that's Mr. Purple, some other guy on some other job. Okay.
Hit the stuff. Keep your mouth shut.
Hit stuff. Keep your mouth shut.
That's right. I swear to God, I to a fault, I've kept my mouth shut so much that on that Shiner record, we were going in to record a record, and I did not know that we were recording a record. I thought we were going in to work on demos and try and suss out some arrangements and figure some stuff out. And then, like, maybe, arrangements and figure out some parts and fills and, like, figure out what we like, what we didn't like, yada, yada. I thought we were going in for that.
Okay. Wow.
And so I didn't listen to any of the shit they sent me because I wanted all of that shit to be brand new and fresh and exciting in my mind. And I didn't want to have to listen to it a bunch of times and get married to the demo drums that they sent me.
Yeah. It's supposed to go like this.
Right.
I heard it 16 times.
I didn't want that.
I can respect that.
I wanted to go in fresh and go demos. And they're like, oh no, this is we're tracking. And I'm like, you're fucking kidding? There's 3 or 4 songs.
Jason, we're having a problem with your TPS reports.
There's 3 or 4 songs on that record that I was prepared for that we had planned.
Okay.
And then there was other ones on that record that I was like, I did not know. I had never heard them.
Interesting.
And I was like, okay. I guess this is what you get.
And
so we worked out arrangements, and I just kind of farted out some shit. And I was like, is this, can you deal, are you going to be able to cut and paste what you got?
And?
What I gave you? And they did. I mean, to a certain degree. There's one song on there where Paul didn't know. He had to, something was fucked up. Like somebody was out of tune or something, and like he had to build a part out of things that we had recorded, which is cut and paste until there's a section.
Yeah.
Right. He cut and pasted the same drum fill, and it's a fucking elaborate fill, 3 times in a row.
Over what? How many seconds or minutes?
Well, it's the same part, exactly, 3 times in a row. Perfect.
But
cut and paste.
Is the untrained ear going to pick that up?
anybody who's ever listened to me knows that I have never played the same drum fill twice in a song.
Oh.
And not necessarily on accident either. I usually plan that shit. Mm-hmm. If I have a drum fill that I put in the same place, it's because it accentuates something else that happened also, so it'll happen twice.
You're
but
like,
it doesn't happen in a row 3 times. No way.
You're like a good stand-up comic that comes back to previous bits. Okay.
That is exactly why I do that kind of shit. But I'm not gonna rip myself off 3 times in a row. So yeah, I can't even listen to it now. So when I had to listen to it to learn the song, because it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but
and I was just winging it, right?
But I'm saying like a fan that's going to buy the record and listen to it, they're not going to go like, oh, he fucking filled.
They probably
it probably kills you.
No, I can't even listen to it. I can't. But no, they probably don't. They probably don't know. Fucking Paul didn't even know. I even told him. I was like, dude, you did this, and he goes, I don't think so. Would you like to listen?
Your fingerprints are on the mouse, buddy.
Fucking guy.
So, 2012.
Shit's hilarious.
There was a breakup and a 2012 reunion.
Yeah. The guy from Fall Out Boy. We wanted to reissue that record and do some shows. And Joe, I think it was Joe from Fall Out Boy, fronted us the money to repress The Egg so that we could do some shows.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was the best thing that ever happened.
Nice.
Thank you. I didn't know until a couple years later that he did that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Then
RL was the one who put a deal. RL from Scene Merch was the one who made it all happen and put it together and put it out. So he's like,
I'm definitely looking up that guy because
dude, RL is the fucking best.
But at some point, I don't know if it's episode 25 or 50. I'm gonna have merch, and the thought of like getting a ping or a ding or whatever, and I got to come down to my basement inventory and find your coffee mug and fucking
no, fuck that shit. Have him do it.
Right?
Yeah.
He
handles everybody. He makes shirts for like Zeppelin and shit. He's huge.
He's not here though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
He's huge. He's fucking huge. I can't describe. He went from this guy who had a couple presses, right? 5-color presses or whatever, in his place, and he had 10 people working for him or whatever. We started even smaller than that, but when I met him, he had 10 people working for him or 15 or whatever. And he's like, "Can you help me move all this shit? I got some new space and I got to reorganize." Yeah, I'll help you, man. And it was like me helping him move shit. And now he's got an embroidery
Forklift
division.
Oh wow.
He's got like his warehouse is gigantic. He's like, "I just bought another warehouse."
Damn.
It's huge.
Good for him.
He's like trucking. He's got semi bays. He's got like 4 semi bays that they pull up to and load up, and it's fucking crazy. He did the Chiefs AFC champion shirts.
Okay. Well, I mean, what?
They didn't win.
Yeah.
He's like, "I gotta make all these."
Yeah.
I was like, "I just lost so much fucking money."
Oh God. Ugh. Yeah, I've gotten.
He's like, "It's okay."
I got like my mom, whatever. She gave me for Christmas. She won't accept that. Like, please don't buy me things. I don't want to Christmas shop and go buy things for the adults in my family that have incomes and can go get their own things. Like this, I don't. But so like, so if I don't cave and give her ideas, I get whatever she. So like, I got a 2014 American League, maybe as a 2015 American League Champions Royals shirt, and I was like, we went to the series after that and won, right? What am I supposed to? And then one of my sisters gave me Chiefs from the Chiefs Bucks Super Bowl, one of those shirts that has all the last names in like the shape of the skyline. I'm like, did you mean to put this in the trash and instead you gave it to me? Thank you. But shows in New York, LA, Lawrence, and Chicago after the.
Oh, dude, that was the fucking best run of shows.
That's why I wrote it down. It looked like it was probably fucking amazing.
Yeah, we were flying to shows. It was fucking incredible. We flew to New York and did 2 days or 3 days of rehearsals in a storage unit.
Nice.
It was Josh Newton's storage unit in New York.
That's why he's got the hyperlink.
Yeah,
he's got a storage unit.
Yeah. It was his storage unit in New York, and it was Fall Out Boy's storage unit there too. And so they're like, you can use our storage unit for practice. 140 degrees.
Cool. That's like a saute on
In
McCoy's.
a room this size, full of Fall Out Boy's gear. So can you imagine how much gear is in that
No.
room? And then we had to like put a drum set in there and like try and practice. And like we're like literally on top of each other. It was 100, like had to be 140 degrees. And we were like, I think I lost 20 pounds in like 2 days.
Yeah.
But so we practiced for that one. And then New York was the first one. I think LA was the second. And then was it Kansas City was the third. And then Chicago.
Lawrence and then Chicago.
Oh, yeah, Lawrence. And then Chicago, we did 2 shows. They were both sold out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was a big deal in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Okay.
It was a place called the Bottom Lounge. And those shows were just, both shows were fucking, it's crazy.
I mean,
Playing sold out show, 2 back-to-back sold out shows in Chicago. Nobody gives a fuck about us anymore.
well, but I mean, were there parties after those shows? Or do you just, everybody goes and does their own thing? Or
There was definitely a party after the Los Angeles show.
and like everybody's together? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a good. I was fucking shit faced after the Chicago show, and then we hung out at the Continental after that show. There's a picture of it, and I am in the picture just like.
what do you mean you're out of Natty Light?
Yeah, right. I think I was drinking Malort that night.
Oh God, dude.
Trying to remember what New York show. I don't remember there being too big of a crazy party that night.
But they had to all be fucking super fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
the shows were great. Yeah, the shows were great. The first show in Chicago was not super great. The sound was very weird, and all my cymbals were all broken.
actually broken?
Actually broken.
How?
And so it wasn't very much fun to play. So I went to Guitar Center the next day and bought new cymbals.
How'd they get broke? Just in
Hitting
moving?
them. Yeah, just hitting them.
Oh, hitting them.
Yeah.
Hit stuff and shut up. Shut up and hit stuff.
That's my new thing. I didn't used to do that back in the 90s.
Really?
Yeah, I had opinions.
Like your playing style was more intricate, or
No, I didn't just hit stuff and shut up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
I had
gotcha.
opinions, and I would like chime in on maybe we should do this or blah blah blah, and then I just inevitably just always got fucking shut down because I don't know, but I always felt like he's just the drummer.
That's my first guess.
Right.
That's where my mind goes.
Yeah, so I just stopped talking, and everybody gets along better now.
All right.
Drummer's not talking. Yeah.
And then 18 shows between.
I should get paid for that. I should get an extra.
For keeping your mouth shut. I mean, it is an acquired skill,
Right.
So it's like a promotion. I mean, like I didn't remember.
My input is no input.
Yeah.
Hand it over.
Right. So then you did 18 shows from 2015 to 2018.
Yeah, a couple at a time, a little bit here, a little bit there.
Also fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're fun. They're always like weekend shows because, like the guys had kids and the guys had jobs and they lived in different cities and, a couple of them had other bands and shit going on, and I had absolutely nothing happening in my life except for how far I could stick my thumb in my ass. So we would always do like 3 shows in the Midwest and I was like, you guys, do you know how long it takes me to get physically prepared to play one fucking show? Can you give me more than 3? Because getting ready for 3 is like getting ready for 1 is like getting ready for 20. They're like, we just gotta knock this quick weekend out and
Oh, I see.
play some shows, and I gotta get back to work. And I go,
What are the bullet points of what it takes? I mean, do you move all of your own shit every fucking time?
It requires massage. It requires a place for me to play my drums that costs money. It requires stretching. It requires fucking stick shredding. Lots of heads.
Burning through shit from hitting shit.
Yeah. It requires lots of fucking practice and muscle memory to get in shape.
You can't practice where you live.
I mean, I can, but I'm not going to get in shape.
What do you mean?
I mean, I could practice like this and play all the songs and fucking. Have you ever seen Shiner?
No.
Yeah, I don't play like that.
It's a little bit more aggressive than...
It's a lot of this and a lot of that.
So you can't get in shape because... Like at your...
No, this doesn't get you in shape.
I know, but
you can't go jump rope or like ride a bike or.
But you would have to play like that at your place because of noise.
In shape, you got to get your wrists in shape. You got to get your elbows. All the shit that goes in there got to be stretched and massaged and yoga balled and foam rolled and Theracane and it's like it's you know.
And so I
don't stretch to go to work. I stretch to go fucking work out.
I'm guessing that they literally don't have any idea what it takes.
No, they don't.
And do you keep your mouth shut about that too?
Usually.
Okay. All right.
I mean, they see me have to stretch before a show, but they don't realize that it takes weeks of that to get. I mean,
to where you really need to be.
I told one time I was like, bro, if we got paid by the hour, y'all wouldn't make any money because it takes me so many fucking hours to get ready to go on tour. Like y'all could sit on the couch and fucking learn songs and play them. And then you got to figure out what pedal you're hitting.
Which is pretty ironic if you consider he's just the drummer mentality.
Right. And I'm like, no, I actually have to go fucking to another location when they're open. And then fucking go down and stretch and fucking get blisters.
Because you can't play the way you want to play at home.
No.
Because of noise.
Way. Yeah, there's
right?
no way.
And neighbors or something.
Even if I had a house, I couldn't.
Because?
There's no soundproofing. I tried it. I had a house in what's that? Valentine? No. West 39th?
Yeah.
I had a house over there, and I tried to soundproof that motherfucker and put my basement or drums in the basement. And I had one of my friends that lived like 2 blocks down says, I love it when you play drums. I was like, how the fuck? Do you hear me 2 blocks away? She's like, yeah. I love living close to Shiner drummer.
Wow.
I'm like, fucking forget it.
Damn. I mean, did you buy like that black foam?
Yeah, I plugged up the windows and the door and fucking everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, crazy. You know, it's weird on Tuesday, like not all, I don't know the schedule, but it feels like Mondays or Tuesdays when it starts to get nice like this and there's a little bit more sunlight. I don't know where the fuck that maybe at center, the marching cobras are practicing.
No, it's the high school. It's Hogan.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, does Hogan High School still exist?
I don't know. I was just going to say, what are the crossroads? Because I don't even know if I could identify it.
It's where Paseo. It's right down the street.
Yeah.
It's where Paseo and Meyer meet.
Okay. Anyway,
so Paseo comes down and splits off into all those fucking streets, right? If you kept going on straight on Paseo and just went right up that hill, that's Hogan.
Okay.
That's where my mom went to high school.
Yeah, my stepmom went there.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. I mean, I'm always blown away, like just the concept of how far. Obviously, it's a ton of people, and they're outside, but just how far the sound is traveling.
Hell yeah!
So clearly, it's like, wow,
yeah,
that's bananas.
There's a church at the end of the park, at the end of Gillum Park, by Emmanuel Cleaver. And I hear that shit at my fucking house, which is not anywhere close to that. Like, if the wind's blowing the right direction, I'm like, yep, all right, cool. So yeah, there's no soundproofing for drums really in a house.
Right.
Like, I practice downstairs in the basement at Big Dudes in one of their student rooms, like one of their teacher student rooms. I feel sorry for those fucking guys sometimes.
Why?
Because some of the shit that I have to play and some of the rudiments and practices that I do have got to be the most goddamn. I don't just go down there and play songs, you have to go down there and do like for a fucking hour,
and it's not 100% contained in the room that you're in,
and I'm not very good.
Oh, okay.
So it's like they have to go down there. All those motherfuckers and the customers have to listen to some ding dong they're fucking goofing off. It's sucking. Like when I first started playing drums and I started there and I was really out of shape and I didn't have any blisters. I was really tight and I didn't know what the fuck to do and my back was fucking killing me the whole time. And I'd go down there and try and play because I wanted to play drums. So I'd go down there and turn some Van Halen on or some shit and try and play along to that. And it was like, get real, bro.
Like big dudes down by Shea Charlie's on Broadway.
Down. I'd come back upstairs, walk upstairs at the end of my fruitless practice efforts and I have to face those guys with my tail between my legs. They're like, oh, it's fucking Gerken from Shiner. Listen to him suck.
They wouldn't say that.
No, this is sounding good, bro. And I go,
Oh.
don't fucking lie to me.
Don't blow smoke at my ass, you motherfucker.
Jerks.
I'm paying you.
I'm like, you guys should sell fucking tickets to listen to me suck ass for an hour.
Right.
God. Somebody go down there with a video and blackmail me with it.
So, the girl that did episode 4 is a musician, and she like singer-songwriter kind of thing, and she's the reason why I know what Bandcamp is. But I mean, I made the list of people that I was going to ask to do this last March. So I started reaching out to some people back then, and I knew her pretty well from work, and so I reached out to her, and she was like, absolutely, I'll do it. Mine's Dark Side of the Moon. I was like, okay. So I wrote it down and then so she came and we did our interview, and then I was in the editing process, and she's like, goodbye Yellowbook Road too. And I was like, wait, we didn't talk about. So I just made it part of the thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
So I'll
agree. What's ironic about
this? Hold on a sec.
Is it Goodbye or Dark Side of the Moon is my birthday present to myself once in a while.
What do you mean?
Years. I will get real fucking high and make everybody leave and turn Dark Side of the Moon on.
Oh, I see.
As my birthday.
I was picturing you buying it over and over again.
I just want to sit there and listen to Dark Side of the Moon as loud as I possibly can in my apartment. Don't fucking talk to me. It's my birthday. I was like,
it's I have never owned any Elton. I've never even looked at song listings on his records. I think I've just been walking around the planet being like, I got all the Elton I need from classic rock radio. Yeah. So when she told me that, I was like, interesting. And then not too long after was when we first were messaging, and you, with your answer, I was like, get the fuck out. So I went.
It's always going to be.
Well, so the first thing that, I mean, like, so many of his massive hits are on there. I didn't know until I looked at it and then did that Google search that it was a double album. But the very first thing that hit me was that fucking Candle in the Wind. This record came out in 1973. Do you remember when Candle in the Wind got big? Uh-huh. It was like 1987.
Yeah,
because of Casey Kasem, like long distance dedication kind of shit.
Because what's her fuck died? It was Princess Diana.
But the song's about Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Why would Princess die?
They were buddies.
They were?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And that started.
That song got huge.
Yeah, it came back and got really big. Everybody fucking made covers of it and shit. Elton John is like transcend. He's so much bigger than. I don't know how he did it.
Well,
but he's so much bigger than just him and his songs. It's
just
fucking crazy.
Prepping for this album, so many get the fuck out of here's. Like, start to note, like, there's a kind of a theme about women. I'm like, was he dealing with, like, is he still trying to figure shit out then? Then there's a theme, about booze.
Oh, yeah.
And so I look, and
he's wild, man.
He's been sober for 30 years and, like, says whatever it was, I forget what it was that made him make the choice that saved his life, that he would 100% be dead by now. And then he's had the same drummer, who's D Murray? No, D Murray's on bass.
Is he dead?
I don't know.
D Murray is fucking insane.
Nigel Olsson.
Nigel Olsson is like my
dude.
He's fifth on my.
Those two guys, they fucking shred.
D Murray and Nigel Olsson is my favorite rhythm section, like in rock and roll.
Okay.
Almost was the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Like it's D Murray and Nigel, then it's the Jimi Hendrix Experience, then it's the Band of Gypsies.
Okay.
Rhythm sections.
Band of Gypsies. Wait a minute. What?
It's Bobby Cox and Buddy Miles.
Oh, okay. Now you say that caveat you put on rock and roll makes it seem like it's a sub.
It's not. That wasn't
an
funk.
Inferior genre.
It wasn't funk. It wasn't a subgenre. It was just like straight up mainstream rock and roll songs.
Okay.
It wasn't like. It wasn't blues or funk or jazz it was just.
But no, for you personally, is rock and roll inferior to other genres? Or
no, I'm just saying. In specifically, that's like if you had like people don't talk about rock and roll rhythm sections. Like on my list would also be Bonham and John Paul Jones, right? And then there would be, who else is on that list? Who would get weird? I mean, there's a bunch of them, but it's like, when you think about rhythm sections for those kind of bands, you don't think about rock and roll bands for rhythm sections.
No,
you think about, for your funk bands or your splash.
Well, because they're
bands.
treating like bass and drums more as like prop us up until it's time for me to or Robert Plant to But anyway,
but yeah, I'm on that fucking. If you just listen to the bass and drums on that whole record, dude, D. Murray, oh my goodness.
I was blown away. So it leads off with Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding, which I've always loved, but I've always felt like there's too much Love Lies Bleeding and not enough Funeral for a Friend.
Yeah, that was never even when it got popular, even when I was at my strongest love affair with that record, I'd never cared for that song.
But if you are kind of new to rock and roll and you've never heard, like say you've never heard Foreplay Long Time.
It's an epic song. It's like Boston. It's an epic jammer.
And it's very, spacey and you're like, whoa, I want to figure out how it fucking,
It's an epic jammer.
Candle in the Wind, we talked. Benny and the Jets. That
was my first favorite song ever.
I've never, and to this day, and I gave the record a few listens prepping for this, I still don't understand what's happening in that song.
What's happening in that song is there's a funky space that groove allows the listener to have, and it's filled in with that dun 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 bump, and that is all you fucking need. And you throw the vocals on top of that, with a perfect sing tone that you can get along with. It's one of the most perfect songs ever written.
She's got a
bump, bump, bump,
and the
bump, bump, bump.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
She's got electric shoes and a mohair suit. What
electric boots?
Electric boots, mohair suit.
Mohair suit.
What the fuck is that?
I mean, mohair's rabbit.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So it's just some
sounds
some
pimpish.
fashionable kid.
Yeah, okay.
But and it.
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Also, so
that was maybe the first song where I went.
Do you have a copy of it, or did you just listen to it online?
No, I just listened. I don't have a copy of it.
This is where the difference is between people who listen to it and appreciate it versus people who it's your favorite record.
Okay. Well, because you sit with
you get this fucking shit and you go like this, and you don't get to see anything else besides the illustrations that are in there that somebody put together for you. So you have an imagination, and so you get to see this thing, and this is what you're thinking of when you hear the song and listen to that, listen to the lyrics and read along. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I've talked about that. There's a picture of me.
This is your world.
There's an article in one of my yearbooks, and somebody came to my house and took a picture of me, surrounded by, and I've got liner notes out and blah blah blah.
But as far as me not being an owner goes, I don't know if this has anything to do with it or not. But that is the first record I ever got.
Okay,
I was a fucking baby, and somebody gave me that record.
I mean, that shit's burned in there. I mean,
you don't get any better than that.
Yeah. Yeah,
you're not. I mean, I've liked other records and I've checked out the packaging.
Yeah.
You're looking at it and it's like, I don't know. The thing that record did to my brain and how it made me listen to music. Like now I listen to every single fucking note.
Yeah,
I listen to every lyric. I listen closely to the inflection on the microphone of the vocalist and everything.
Well, this is Goodbye Yellow. The title track, I think, is maybe the first song that I ever went. Vocals can just carry a song, where there's fantastic, intricate musicianship happening.
Yeah,
the vocals can still be the lead. Sort of.
There's so much. It's so crazy that there's so much going on. So it's like, I don't know if I ever really felt like I needed to own anything.
Because you knocked it off the list with your first one.
Yeah. It's like, there's other records that are really good. Like My Bloody Valentine, Loveless. Oh my God.
I own that because of you.
Fucking crush my brains.
Yeah.
Like that. It only needs one picture.
Yeah.
You don't need a fucking picture. Like,
Yeah.
that's fucking crazy. And that whole record just does it to you as soon as you turn it on.
Well,
like, oh my God.
It's like this. It's this. If they could make like gain and distortion a comfortable outfit, and you put it on, and then somebody's giving you a reach around and telling you compliments, and
like I'm saying, every once in a while, there's a thing that you like. Yes, I want to own that.
Yeah.
Also, put that on the fucking pile. I will own that one. That's a good one for me to own. This is a fucking. It doesn't match with any of my collection, but it definitely belongs in there.
Right.
But that doesn't happen very often.
No. Gray Seal. I've heard that song.
That was my first song as a not as a baby when I started listening to it when I started playing drums. That was my first favorite thing on that record because it was.
Yeah, I've heard that song probably 100 times before this and never knew that was the name of it.
Yeah. The Gray Seal.
Yeah. Jamaica Jerk Off. That title.
That's a funny one.
Surprised me. Yeah. I've seen that movie too. Drums. That's where the drums, like, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? Who is this?
And sad.
Yeah. Well, you've got a weird ragtime blues kind of, and strings.
Yep.
Like all of these feel like
I wonder how much early Steely Dan was from ripped from Elton. Those early Steely Can't Buy a Thrill and
there's some Steely Dan fans out there just fucking sharpening their swords.
Get it straight. Get it straight. Go listen to that fucking Can't Buy a Thrill record, East St. Louis Tootle, and tell me that didn't come from some fucking goofy Elton John bullshit. Get over it.
Sweet Painted Lady, horns and accordion. Dude. Again, this marriage of
and the song, the whole thing.
So,
also, again with the Steely Dan, Through with Buzz, and what was that song about the fucking guy? Oh, hang on, let me look this up.
Yeah.
So as you were saying, you were talking about Sweet Painted Lady.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that song was about hookers.
Well. You would think, that part's an undertone because the way that the music makes you feel and the way that he's delivering the vocals, you think he's talking about like a coveted female figure, but he's really telling you a story from the other side of the tracks, or at least I think.
Where is it? Oh, come on, man. Is it Pretzel Logic? Oh, it is. Charlie Freak, man. God, that song is so sad. The Steely Dan song off of Pretzel Logic. There's all piano written songs. Is the you get in that vibe, and that's why I say not necessarily ripped from Elton John, but they're in the same zone.
I didn't Google who the hell Danny Bailey was, 1909 to 1934.
Yeah, I don't know if that's real or not. I didn't either.
But
what a fucking badass song!
It's like the funk of Stevie Wonder with Bob Dylan's storytelling and Elton's big sound.
Dude, the fucking
all just
funk.
Handed like, what?
Yeah. That's a badass song. That's one of my favorites on the record.
Dirty Little Girl. That Nigel just fucking destroyed.
Yep.
I'm like,
Danny Bailey, Dirty Little Girl, All the Girls Love Alice, and Harmony are my favorite songs on that record.
And like there's like fusion jazz blue, and I love that he keeps coming back to hasn't had a bath in years.
Yeah, hasn't had a bath in a year.
That could mean so many things. So All the Girls Love Alice.
Oh, by the way, that beat was common back in the 70s. I call it stank beat. Alice Cooper did it a lot.
Okay. Yes. I love it. That is very stank beat is a good name for it. Good name for it.
Man, I love stank beat. It's hard to get away with playing that in Shiner.
Well, does it fit anywhere?
Nah, I've tried to sneak it in there a bunch of times.
Hey guys, what do you think about it?
I don't.
Fuck, the drummer's talking again.
And more hectic-y.
Right.
Sure.
All the girls love Alice. These lines. I don't know.
Dude, I've turned so many people on to that song.
All the young girls love Alice. Tender young Alice, they say. Come over and see me. Come over and please me, Alice. It's my turn today. Next, all the young girls love Alice. Tender young Alice, they say. If I give you my number, will you promise to call me? Wait till my husband's away. I was like, Elton. Whoa.
I know, right?
Holy shit, man. Okay.
Yeah, that fucking record, that song in particular might be my favorite on the record.
Your sister can't twist, but she can rock and roll.
Also a great song.
Yeah. Saturday nights, it's like Benny. I've heard it so many times.
But the lyrics, once you read the lyrics, you're like, "Whoa, fuck!" That's crazy.
You know what it made me think of? The Gunner Brothers.
Oh, dude, seriously,
fucking 100. People up.
100.
Roy Rogers. This one.
What a cool song.
Right. Slide guitar, Western feel.
Right, about him being stuck in front of a TV when he was a little kid.
The carpets are paid for.
Did you see the movie, the Elton John movie?
No.
Oh, it's so good, and it kind of alludes to some of these songs. I thought I was gonna hate it because I'm such an Elton fan, and I thought, oh fuck, this movie's gonna suck. Fuck that shit, you know?
Because they're not gonna do it right.
And then it's not. They didn't try to do it right. They tried to do their own fucking movie. Which is great. It's awesome. It took me a second to just be like, this movie's fucking great. Fuck it.
The carpets are paid for. God bless the TV. Let them go shoot a hole in the moon.
Is that the...
It's not necessarily the refrain. It's just a line that stuck out to me. Like, what?
Was that the Roy Rogers song?
Yeah. So I went to Song Facts, which I don't all
Rustlers or Cowboys and something.
Not only a song about Roy Rogers, but a hymn for everyone who lives a boring, humdrum life and yearns to escape. And I was like, I don't know if he's talking about me or if he's talking about you. He could be talking about both of us.
It's such a great song.
Social Disease.
Oh, I fucking love Social Disease.
Is there an instrument that
that
universally makes a human feel better, dude, like the banjo does?
I fucking hate the banjo.
You hate the banjo?
Yeah, I hate banjo.
Why?
Because nobody plays it right. Everybody plays banjo. So banjo's like, leave the banjo to motherfucking Roy Clark. You know, leave it banjo to the shredders. This shit. Turn that off. Roy Clark is where the banjo's at. You like Roy Clark?
I've never listened to him. So he does or does not shred?
Oh my god, he's the shrednest motherfucker ever.
So what about the opening riff to the Rainbow Connection? Is that wrong for the banjo or is it right?
Yeah, but that's the fucking Muppets.
I know, but I love,
It's like, okay, Muppets and Roy Clark are allowed to...
I can like both, god damn it.
So I'm pretty sure...
Tell me that opening riff doesn't make you feel good.
I'm pretty sure that they abandoned the banjo as soon as the song kicked in.
That might be true. But
the banjo was meant to indicate that this is a fucking podunk white trash story. And that was the end of it.
You ever seen that Thunderstruck cover with the Hillbilly Dudes? Do you like that?
That rips.
Yes.
They're ripping.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, the people can be good at it.
Right.
I'm just saying, the way that you hear banjo in most music sounds like chickens. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm a washboard. I'm like, okay. I got my Birkenstocks. I'm going to go to the Bluegrass Festival. I'm going to hang out with my fucking IPA beard.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
I feel insulted on so many levels.
It's not my scene.
Right. No, I mean, I knew that when you said, I don't wear flip-flops.
Shoes?
Yeah.
I mean, feet go inside some shoes.
Yeah. You know what I like about flip-flops and Birkenstocks? I don't have to fucking bend over to tie them.
That's true.
Especially now with a bad back.
I also don't like bending over to tie my shoes with my bad back. So I bought a almost 3 foot shoehorn.
That exists?
Yeah, look up shoehorn for old guys.
Okay. All right.
Shoehorn for old guys. I think it exists. I bought it. It exists. It's like this big. It's silver. It's real pretty. You could use it as a weapon, like a get off my lawn.
Right.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. has a bit.
We can't talk about him. He canceled.
No, he back. He been back. He been back for a minute.
Louis C.K. been back?
He's got 2 specials out.
Oh, my goodness.
And the first one he put out, he talks about all of his
Whacking
shit.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's like maybe the best special he ever did.
Okay.
But prior to all that, he talks about getting old and things that all of a sudden are happening, and he feels like it's too soon for those things to be happening. The first thing is he goes, I'll just be sitting around watching TV or doing nothing, and then out of nowhere I'm like, oh, I have to wipe my ass right now. Like nothing nothing happened.
No, just leakage.
But I'm making trips to the bathroom just to wipe my ass.
Yeah, just leakage. You got to be careful.
The second thing is getting up.
It's called man pawn, and it's real, and
Yeah.
people do it. And
Well,
I'm not afraid to admit it.
in a special before that, years before that, he talked about how boxer briefs were the best thing that ever happened, because tighty whities is just mashed and sweaty and gross, and boxers is too much movement, and boxer briefs are perfect. He's like, with boxers, I just always had like a quarter cup of water just sloshing around back there. Anyway, the second thing in this bit is getting up. If somebody from a chair, if somebody calls me from the other room, just come here. No, I need all the information before I decide if it's
true.
And then if I do have to get up, it's like I'm an old Honda stuck in the mud and like got to kind of rock back.
Yeah. Well, see, you have to pre-plan for these things. There needs to be a handle for which, like in your car.
Yeah, one of these.
There needs to be a handle. I have a thing in my house. It's a table. It's got casters that lock. Sometimes I just put my foot in front of it so that I can grab onto the table and yank myself up.
There you go. So the third thing he says
or
is,
you gotta have like a what do they call those? Your lazy boy lever that kicks your feet out.
ooh, yeah.
Now you gotta have something down here.
See, the drummer knows what he's talking about. Sometimes
You gotta have something like that.
the third thing is putting on his socks and how it's the worst part of his day because he has to get like on his back and try to like lasso his big toe. And he goes, I could have a day in the future
That's funny.
where my grandmother murders my other grandmother, and the worst part about that day would be when I had to put my socks on.
So I'm the other way. This is why I think I might be part hippie. I think that putting my socks on, even though it's pretty hard, is maybe the best part of my day. Not the best, because other cool shit happens, but
Right.
maybe one of the things that reminds me that this is a good thing is that you gotta fucking crank yourself into a position that you know is stretching something. You know something good is coming from this fucking weird crank. You gotta crank.
Listen, man,
You gotta crank. Oh, you crank. Oh, here it goes. You're like, I'm gonna sit here for a minute because that's helping something.
No.
And you slide your socks on, and then
Nope.
next thing you know,
Dude, when I did the two things recently to mess for like 4 days, I had to have my children put my socks on. I couldn't get there. I mean, and it's anyway. This record closes with Harmony.
what a fucking awesome
It's got
song.
like a Bowie feel to it almost.
Bowie and Beatles.
And Beatles.
It's got straight Beatles rip. So
Hell of a closer.
when it goes into the refrain, when it's just going harmony, harmony,
Mm-hmm.
the strings go harmony, and you don't even hear them come in. Harmony, and they do that total fucking Beatles rip off. It's so rad.
Okay.
It only happens one time, and you miss it, and it's the most gratifying. Like you've built up all this fucking repetition and tension of the harmony, and then and you're like, oh god, thanks man. Like when the fucking Pink Floyd alarm clocks are going off. Yeah. That it's kind of up on that level of relief and gratification. You check that part out. Make sure when you get there, you're like,
I will. Man, I mean, I already mentioned that I say this on a lot of episodes, but it's really kind of like what some of this podcast is all about, which is the concept of an album. And you touched on like the reason why I loved putting on my headphones, or even if it just I'm turning on my boombox and I'm sitting with the liner notes. I feel like you get transported to the time. And this is how, I don't know, but it's always like, okay, Atlantic Records is going to pony up for 2 weeks of studio time, get in there and give us 10 tracks that are for blah, blah, blah. And you guys, maybe the producer's deciding some of the tracks that make it on there, and you guys get to choose the sequence and then the cover art. It's really like that gal that was on, that told me about Bandcamp. She put out her album a year ago and says it was a mistake because nobody puts out albums anymore. They only put out songs.
No, you put that record out. Man.
That's what anyway, the point of telling you all that is that I really, really love the cover art for this. It's fucking beautiful for this album. And I wish that I probably will buy a copy of it on vinyl or something.
What are you talking about? Schadenfreude?
No, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God.
I want to hold...
I still have my first copy.
And maybe frame it like Hot Rats behind you there, because it's a gorgeous picture.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
it's
I don't have the back or the inside. I don't even know what they look like.
Oh my goodness.
The
illustrations on that. It's like when you're a little kid and you're looking at the drawings that they give you. I mean, that's also, I don't know why I felt connected to that. I felt like that record talked a lot about stuff that was like Hollywood and not Hollywood folklore, and like
it's got a mysterious element about it.
It's the Danny Bailey, the gangster. I've seen that movie too.
This song has no title.
Everything about that, every song takes you some other place, and a lot of it feels like Hollywood to me. So, and like old Hollywood, like legendary shit that nobody gets to experience. You just get to hear stories about.
Right.
So when I moved to LA, I was like, this is kind of what I felt.
Which you did for a specific cause, right?
Well, that's a fucking another story.
You and Joel Fry, man, I don't know.
He went out there to do the weed thing, and I went out there because I lived in San Diego.
He never said that specifically on social media.
Well, I'm pretty sure he did.
To grow or be a dispensary,
live on the farm and work with the farm.
Okay.
Talk to him about it. That's a crazy story, by the way.
Well, I know the story about like
the machine guns and a dog.
Yes, yeah. Yellow was it brown dog, brown dog and yellow dog.
Yeah, fucked up.
But you went out there for
and when I look at that the trifold Elton John record, it feels like Hollywood felt to me, or like Los Angeles felt to me the first time I went out there.
Okay.
Like the same sort of like, oh my God, this is
where you go to make it.
Fucking cool. Well, this is just so fucking cool.
Yeah. It's not like anywhere else.
Like I didn't go there to make it.
Right.
It's not that to me. It was just like, oh my God. When I went to LA, it was like, oh my God, this is my favorite record. Like it just felt the same thing to me. You know what I mean?
Like you stepped into Goodbye Yellow Brick Road?
Like I stepped into it. It was crazy. So you go to the
Quantum Leap
you
style.
go to Gower Gulch, right? Gower Gulch is this tiny little strip mall with a Rite Aid and a Starbucks. It's right across the street from Gower Studios, where they made all those where they made all those westerns.
Okay.
And like all the Roy Rogers happened to Gower's Gulch. So or at the Gower Studios, right across the street from Gower Gulch, and you're like, all those cowboys are painted on the wall when you walk down the fucking. You're walking to Starbucks and you see all these fucking cowboys and all those like the shitty fucking western paintings and shit. They're painted on the wall.
Wow.
Yeah. And you're like, this is where all that fucking happened, right there across the street.
That's cool.
And I live right up the street from this. What? I didn't even know.
So what did take you out there?
I just wanted to move away from San Diego.
What? No, I thought you went. KC.
I went to play music with this band Kingdom of Snakes with Jason Blackmore and Bill Gall.
You left KC to do that, and you landed in San Diego, and then you wanted to get away from San Diego, and you went.
The Kingdom of Snakes was kind of over. I got in a car accident and couldn't play drums anymore, so I just moved up to LA.
What
I don't
was?
remember exactly the timeline, but I know that a friend of mine was like, "Hey, you want to move up to LA? I need a roommate." And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
What was the skinny behind the car accident?
I was going to lunch. Actually, no, I was planning to move up there, and I'd already started paying rent when I got in the car accident. I was between places. I was moving my things up there a little bit at a time, and I was finishing out my 2 weeks notice at my job in San Diego. Uh, I'd already started paying rent, and I was couch surfing in San Diego at my buddy's house where I used to live, just like crashing on the couch. And I had booked a lunch. I was like, let's go have lunch with my friend. I don't remember her name now. And she was driving, and I was in the passenger seat. And we were in the exit lane about to get off to go have lunch on the right-hand side. And this truck didn't see us in the front.
Oh shit!
The semi. So the semi did a pit move on us. Didn't even see us. Right? Didn't even know. And then we ended up. The girl who was driving handled it completely poorly. She didn't. She basically took her hands off the wheel and didn't touch the brakes or the gas and just went ah! So we ended up in the semi. We wrapped around the front of the semi in this tiny little car. And so the semi is just pushing us sideways down the fucking highway.
At what speed?
Oh, 50.
Okay.
Until he realizes that he's pushing us and he stops.
He still didn't see you.
Oh, yeah, it was 100 feet, 200 feet, something like that. Whatever. It wasn't super far, but it was far enough. And so he keeps pushing us, and he stops. She had never put her foot on the fucking brake. So we rolled out into oncoming traffic, unbeknownst to them.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. They didn't see us coming because we were in front of a semi.
Damn,
right?
dude.
And
you guys could have been killed.
A couple times. So she dummy didn't put her fucking brakes on. So we wrap around the front of this fucking semi facing the wrong direction. And this white car, don't remember what it was. Probably should have got his number. I don't know. He is like half the length down the semi. Like close. Doing 55 or 60. Right?
Drills you guys.
Bam! Hits us so hard head on. I don't know what happened to him. I feel bad for him. Because we were too fucked up to even check on the guy. Anyway, so I'm like, God damn! I grabbed the fucking oh shit handle, right? Mm-hmm. And he hit us so hard, we go backwards across 4 lanes of traffic. Like, they're all coming at me.
Oh, god damn, dude.
And I'm just like,
this is it?
Yeah. And all I remember is the fucking cloud of smoke from the tires.
Oh.
Just everybody locking it up. And it was like...
I thought you were going to say airbag.
Oh, no. We didn't get hit. There was no airbag. No airbag deployment.
Weird.
Yeah, right? Anyway, so the smoke from the tires, everybody locking up. Apparently there wasn't another accident.
No way. Nobody hit anybody? Nobody rear-ended anyone?
Nobody.
Wow.
From what I understand, it wasn't another accident. We hit the guardrail, the cement divider between our highway and their highway, going maybe 35 miles an hour.
That's not slow.
No, that's how hard we got hit.
God damn.
Yeah. So, and she just doesn't brake at all. Nothing. Anyway, we hit the thing so hard that I have jerked and torn all the muscles in my shoulder.
Of course.
And we hit the wall so hard that my chair breaks, like the fucking thing that holds it down breaks. But the back of the car has jammed so far into the back seat that my chair won't go down. Like it's here. And my chair just broke into it. So I'm laying on the trunk like this.
Like in a lawn chair
like this.
In the pool.
Like it wasn't that far. It was like this.
Wow.
Right? And so I get up and my door won't open because it's
now this big.
And my door, it's jammed.
Okay.
Like it should be this way. It's this way now.
Yeah.
She pops her door right open. No big deal. She has a scratch on her ankle, goes to the hospital. I don't have any scratches, but I'm just like, I'm like, I think I'm okay. She gets on a fucking ambulance and goes to the hospital. and they just leave me there.
No, wait a minute. What?
Yeah, a cop takes me home. And they're like, "Are you okay?" And I go, "I don't have any scratches, and I didn't hit my head or anything. I think I'm okay." But then when I got home, I was like, "I can't move my arm. Like I couldn't brush my teeth or do
wipe your ass."
I was like,
"Oh my god!"
Like I couldn't do any of this.
Oh my god! So did they have to get in there and?
No, that I went to a doctor, did some X-rays on me. They're like, "You've got some pretty serious tears," but they're like, "You could do a surgery and then have to do PT, or you could just do PT with me, and I'll fix you better."
Okay.
And I was like, "Okay, great." And I'm like, awesome. Like I'm way better than I was before.
Before the accident?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he did like strength training and then I learned once I got up to LA and I learned how to do some stretches and shit. So I'm much better than I was before the accident.
Nice.
Because I didn't know how to stretch or do anything before that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so that was that accident. And then I've never talked to the girl again.
I was going to ask. I can't believe she went. I mean, were you serious when you said a scratch?
Yeah, she had a scratch on her ankle.
Why? Who goes to the hospital for a scratch?
She might have sprained her ankle, but
okay. I mean, did insurance end up taking care of stuff for?
No.
It wasn't the trucks. Did the truck keep going?
No. The truck pulled over. So we sued a little bit.
Okay.
And I got like all my medical got paid, and I got like $15,000.
Okay.
But they won't give you anything else. Like, I mean, it took me 6 months.
Sure.
$15,000 for 6 months. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's what my life is worth. But they won't give you shit for soft tissue damage. They won't. Like, if I'd have broken a bone, I would have got 100.
Oh wow. Huh. Speaking of which, you when you wrap up a tour like you just did, how recently?
A couple weeks.
Couple
3 weeks.
Do you is there income that's visible to you? Like,
yeah, we do. We pay off all our bills and everything, and then we decide if we want to keep some stuff in the bank, which we usually do. We got to keep a little bit in the cushion.
Invest for whatever.
Well, we just keep it in there in case we have to make new records or new T-shirts, and then we got to pay for all that stuff, and then we have to rent a van, or if we need to go do some studio time, we'll need some.
Yeah, money. Yeah.
We'll need a little startup for tour money and whatever. So we leave a little bit in the bank, but yeah, we get paid.
So, but I mean, like if. After your travel and hotel, if there's a hotel, any eating, I mean,
well, I keep receipts for everything that I pay for.
Okay, and then you get reimbursed.
Well, I don't get reimbursed. I get tax deductions.
Okay,
it's all deductible because I make money on it, and so the money that I make is taxable because we don't pay taxes on the money that we make until it's tax season.
Right.
So they say, "Oh, you made this much money." And I go, okay, cool. Well, this is how much I spent to make that money.
Yeah.
So it's like every drumstick, every fucking McDonald's on the road,
right?
Meetings on the road. It's like the lady that does my taxes is a goddamn saint.
I need a tax person.
Well, she's family, so I don't think she does it for business.
Bummer.
She is a saint for doing mine.
Oh, I see. So you
because mine's a complicated.
I bet
thing too.
I
because I have stacks of receipts.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
But you don't ever like whether it's 2 shows or 7 shows. You don't ever like come home and go to bed and wake up and be like, "Fuck! I lost money."
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh,
yeah,
totally. Still,
I totally lose money, dude. I mean, it's like positive cash flow, so it's like there's money coming in, but I'm definitely spending a lot of that money.
Okay.
So like drumsticks are not cheap and drum heads are not cheap and
right, but I mean
food doesn't pay for itself.
I know, but I mean the drum stuff you kind of have to take that lump because that's your deal, but I mean generally
and it's more expensive than anybody else's shit.
I'm sure. But generally speaking,
but they might have to pay taxes on their income. And I have a deductible fucking expense that let me make that money.
Okay. Nice.
And my rental for my fucking practice space it counts.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay. Man, this has been fun.
Yeah.
So let's.
It's 9, bro.
I know.
I gotta roll.
You gotta get some food in you.
Well, my restaurant's closed now, so I'm gonna get some fucking.
Oh, they close?
Yeah, well, I mean, they won't serve food anymore. I can go get a drink, but
Where's your buddy?
their kitchen's
Is he
closed.
waiting?
No,
Not gonna happen.
I was gonna call him when I got out of here, but
Oh,
whatever.
sorry.
Well, whatever.
So
Natty Light.
people can find Men of Men and Shiner.
Men of Men is only a live thing.
Okay,
We don't
but
have any records.
but
We
but
just
but there's
come-
something in the works. There's something coming, maybe.
Oh yeah,
That's-
we're doing the show at the Lemonade Park,
Okay.
and I can't guarantee you that this is going to be good, but it'll be weird watching us two drummers play at the same time.
Yeah, this is not the thing that you just went and did. And
No, that's something different.
that's some. So that could be coming. There could be a Men of
that's
Men
the
thing.
prostitutes.
The prostitutes.
Right.
But for sure, people can find Shiner's music at shiner.net
Yep.
and merch.
It's all. Everything is there.
Okay.
If you don't want to go on Shiner.net,
Linked-
you
there's
can
a
go
link
to
tree.
Instagram at ShinerKC. That's
Okay.
our Instagram, and our link tree's on there too.
Okay.
I think the Shiner dot. I think the Shiner KC is a hyperlink on my Instagram too.
Which is
Meat suit underscore Jason Gerken.
did we get to why? That,
Oh no, we didn't. So I was out at the Viper Room one night. And we were watching some band, and there was a DJ opening, and we decided, the girl and I decided that our DJ name was going to be Meat Suit.
our DJ.
Well, we were going to DJ together, and
Okay.
then she didn't follow through with it. And I am the worst DJ ever.
What were you doing? Were you didn't? You
I
weren't-
just DJ clubs and bars.
But I
and
mean,
shit.
were you just using software? Or?
No, iTunes.
Oh, okay. I see.
They're like, me being a DJ is basically me opening my phone and making a playlist.
There you go. Okay.
And then
okay.
sometimes I'll be like, I'm tired of that song. Skip to the next song. Oh, I got an idea. Jam this one in there and skip to that song. That's me being. And also, I did a thing where I would I would get some sort of like fake, invisible microphone and go around and shove it in people's faces and make them sing along to the song that they didn't know.
Okay.
I'm the worst DJ meat suit ever.
All right. I feel like that just reminded me of one other thing that I was going to ask you, but it's already slipping away. Seriously, man, thanks for coming to do this.
Of course. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I always have thought. I mean, we've kind of just hardly known each other, just passing here and there. But I've always thought you were a cool dude. And when I was wrapping up notes for this, I thought of
It's not true. I'm not cool.
The Green Mile. You know that movie very well.
Yeah, with the guy that had the flies coming out
Yeah,
of his
yeah,
mouth
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. So the second guy that they execute is like this Cajun dude named Edouard Delacroix, and he's the one that develops the relationship with the mouse,
Oh yeah,
Mr. Jingles.
Yeah.
And when it's his time, when they come to his cell for his, he comes out and he's got a good relationship with all the guards, and you take the mouse, and he just looks up at him and says, "I sure wish I could have met you guys somewhere else." It's kind of like the last, and it's like that. It's such a tender notion for whatever. I don't know. I thought of it. It's like funny that I met you.
Yeah.
And you going, holy shit, you work here.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice for us to have met as different people?
Right.
Yeah.
But it's also cool that we met the way we met. And,
Yeah.
So there
Did Anna say yes or no
two.
when I asked her?
She knew I was standing there. But if you wanted to give her a buzz now, I'm sure she would say yes. Because I know
That's hilarious.
inside that mind is a very complex. It's like somebody put water in the radiator for the life of it, and then but she I mean, who doesn't love a compliment? But she is like, that fires up all the cylinders, so I'm sure that, and she has a shitty memory, but I guarantee you she remembers that, because she was probably like, Jason Gerken,
Oh, good Lord.
down.
Oh,
But,
goodness.
I mean, you kind of, she came after me, and you're no offense intended, but your legend status was not quite reaching all the staff like it did like when I started. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. The legend.
Now I remember what it was. Do you remember in like it would have been like 04, 05?
I'm like, the legend is humorous and embarrassing. Just so you know.
Well, I mean, 04, 05, there used to be this girl that we both would talk to, like on MySpace.
MySpace, eh?
I think, yeah. And she was really, really good looking, and she was either in LA or in Canada. This isn't ringing a bell at all.
Nope.
I mean,
do you remember her name?
No, of course not. I mean, it's fucking 20 years ago. But we talked about her a number of times. I mean,
who it was.
She was super, super, and like, I mean, smoke show, like super good looking.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I felt like I used to maybe travel to see her once or twice. But the exchanges between the two of you were like, you know, I think he's gonna pork her, Russ. I mean, like it was very intriguing.
I wonder who it was.
I know.
I wonder if I porked her.
Legend status says probably so.
Oh Jesus.
Oh man.
I mean, I wish I remembered now.
Yeah, maybe it'll come to you randomly.
That's why you do that shit, right? So you can remember it.
I know. It's sad. When you're like, okay, brain, this is amazing. Retain this.
Yeah, hang on to that one.
Hey, brain, where's it? What do you mean?
What do you mean you forgot? What'd you do with it? No.
Yeah.
You're supposed to put that someplace where you remember it.
But I really, the Jason before you, my path musically just somewhat organically always drifted from heavy metal. And then eventually I was kind of, steering and being like, that's not for me. So he chose Electric by The Cult. I had never listened to The Cult.
And just anniversary of that record
at all. Last week. And I was really pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed it.
That was the corner turning record for me in high school.
That's why he picked it, because it was for him too.
Yeah, that was the record I listened to in high school with my buddies that turned me from classic rock to maybe alternative rock.
Exactly. And so from there for him, he went like Jane's Addiction and all these other. So, but where
did he go after that? I mean, you get to Jane's Addiction, and you're in the late '80s, and then what happens after that?
Maybe you're gonna have to watch the episode. Did you said,
I did actually turn on a couple of them. I didn't hear that one though. But is that a new one?
It's not even out yet.
Oh,
I'm dropping it Thursday.
I haven't seen it.
But did you tune out because you were bored or thought it was not interesting, or you just had something else going on?
For what?
Whenever you checked out what this was.
Oh, I was just trying to figure it out. I was like, okay, so what is this fucking podcast? What am I getting myself into here? Mm-hmm. And so I was just checking out to see what people said and what you all were talking about and see what your all's interactions with the people. It's like you're hanging out with your buddies.
Right. It's just a bullshit hang.
Yeah, hanging out with your buddies.
But a lot of people are like, absolutely not. Don't want to be recorded. Don't want to be on the internet. I'm not a music person. Yada, yada, yada. I'm like, what do you mean?
Come on.
I'm not going to sit here and grill you. You're not taking a test to like get
it's not a what's the it's not
rocket science.
It's not Mad Libs.
Right. Anyway, the Cult, knowing their name and having like just a vague, uninformed notion of what their sound might be like, pleasant surprise. Elton John, I think that I know all. I mean, one of my earliest memories is.
Can we stop real quick? One of my best friends in the world, John Tempesta, is currently the drummer for the Cult.
Wait, say that again?
Yeah. John Tempesta is one of my coolest, oldest friends, and he is the drummer for the Cult.
Wow. That's awesome.
I know, what a weird fucking circle that is.
Yeah. But one of my earliest memories is when Elton wrote I've Been Knocking.
Do I know that one?
It's Empty Garden. Empty Garden's the name of the song.
Oh, right.
John Lennon Can't You Come Out to Play?
Didn't care for that one, obviously.
Oh, what? Why?
Because I didn't. That song does not feature Nigel or Dee.
Well, but it's a beautiful notion.
Yeah, so what?
I mean, sometimes you need that.
Do I do beautiful notions?
I mean, maybe in a future life you might. And then he had another one where he keeps saying "Rolling in the Sheets."
Rolling like thunder.
That one. Under the cover. I guess that's why.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, anyway.
That's after I stopped listening to him.
Okay. Point being, I thought I had a pretty good Elton John discography on file. When I dove into this album, I was like,
holy shit.
Whoa.
Wait, there's other shit even before that that's like, man, I don't. So, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road is my favorite because that record did something to me.
Yeah.
I listened to it and looked at it. There's a lot of other songs that I really like that are before that, but the records didn't fucking just
grab you.
Yeah, they didn't imprison me like that one did.
Right. Wow.
The songs are great.
Yeah.
And I still love them. And there's a good 2 handfuls of songs on his previous records. But the fucking Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Creme de la creme.
Oh, it just fucking put the handcuffs on me, man.
It's good stuff, man.
They put a ring on it.
I never would have, if you wouldn't have said yes, I might never have gotten there. So thank you.
Check out, here's some other shit you gotta fucking check out that you might not have ever checked out. Tejas by ZZ Top.
Oh,
You good?
I got the discography.
All right. That's all you, that's Tejas. I mean,
most
Tres Hombres is good too, but Tejas is what
one of the most. I mean, John Paul Jones, most underrated bass keyboard player in rock, in my opinion. ZZ Top, most underrated outfit. Did you watch their?
How about Skinner? How do you feel about Skinner?
I'm good.
Don't like him or you know it?
Well, so I was telling in this previous episode, oldies. I kind of came out of the womb and lived in that bubble until like 7, 8, 9, somewhere, and then kind of like started being aware of the radio and okay, we got
Have you done their B-sides yet?
No, but I've badly hurt myself.
One song.
Okay, I can do that.
Let me make sure I got the title right on this one.
What song is it you want to hear?
It's one song, and I've had people turn the corner on Skinner because of this. They've listened to them differently because of this song.
I just have listened to too much classic rock in general.
Dude, you don't want to hear that shit no more.
I'm with you. It's painful.
I am with you. It's called I Ain't the One.
What record's it off of?
Pronounced Leonard Skinner.
Oh, I know that record.
It's the first song.
Okay.
Now, that whole record is a ripper, but there's too many fucking hits on it.
Oh.
But that one song it's so much better. Like, you don't need you don't need all the rest of that shit. That song. Oh my goodness.
All right. Ooh, that almost sounded
ZZ Top.
Yeah.
It fucking rips, dude.
Not Billy Gibbons.
Dusty
Hill.
I Ain't the One is a fucking ripper.
Okay. People can have you make a drink for them at the Golden.
At the Golden Ox, they can.
Golden Ox.
I like to tell everybody I'm a Jack and Coke bartender.
Okay. Meaning you're not fucking mixologist.
I'm not a mixologist. Everybody says, "What's your favorite drink to make?" And I'm
the one that makes you stop talking to me.
No, I like talking.
I'm kidding.
I don't touching 12 different things to make a drink.
Candying ginger for 6 hours.
I don't get it. And I mean, I'll do it if you make me do it. I can follow a recipe. I'm not an idiot.
Right.
But I'm not a mixologist.
Right.
So when people come and ask me, what's your favorite thing to make? It's whiskey in a cup. And people are like, oh, what's your best whiskey? I want to have an old fashioned with it. I'm like, God damn, you're fucking ruin good whiskey. Just put it in a cup and drink it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, yeah, I'll make you a drink.
Okay.
But I'd rather shoot shit.
Right. And then they can find the meat suit on the gram and the shiner on the gram. And I'm assuming that both of those, at least your place, your gram will announce if the prostitutes or Men of Men have something that people can go
for
consume.
Sure. For sure.
Cool.
Oh, also, I did play. If anybody likes punk rock, I played on a record with my Los Angeles punk rock band called the Birth Defects.
Okay.
You ever hear that? Did you ever check that out?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the first record we did was called The First Eight Mistakes.
That sounds intriguing.
Ooh, dude, it's fucking badass. I love that record.
Is it available somewhere?
You can listen to it on Spotify. So the guitar player was Petey Dammit from the OCs, and the bass player, who is a fucking insane bass player and a better drummer than I am, was the drummer for Bleached.
Okay.
For a while, although I'm sure he's not. Well, that's not his claim to fame because it's a fucking punk rock band, and he's an insanely good musician across the board. And then my buddy Jason Finazzo from San Francisco, and it was just the four of us trying to annoy everyone and make ourselves laugh. And the band is called Birth Defects.
And the album is called The First Eight Mistakes?
Yeah, First Eight Mistakes, and it came out in like 2012.
Does the listener did they get the question, what are the first eight mistakes, answered by listening?
No, the songs are the first eight mistakes, and we are the Birth Defects.
The songs are the first eight mistakes.
Yeah, but we're just fucking around, fucking up.
Okay. Wow, that's a little
we
meta.
really intended to annoy. Listen to it. We intended to annoy the listener, and everybody fucking loved it, and the songs are great.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It's horribly annoying. But it's great. There's a song called Party Suicide on it. There's a video for Party Suicide on YouTube in which the singer has a giant rolled up $100 bill. It's about this big and does a huge fat rail of cocaine. It's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
lots of drugs involved.
Tell your buddy. I mean, that now I'm interested.
Yeah.
Tell your buddy I'm sorry that Ragazza had to get bumped to another time.
Cest Levi, as they say.
Right? Is that how they say it?
Cest Levi. Proper pronunciation.
Levi. Jason Gerken. Thanks, brother.
Hey, thank you.
See ya.
Let's go eat. Actually, I have to pee first.
I have to pee too.